Shrine of Resurrection. Okay. Let's make sure everything's okay. Beautiful. Oh, that's a nice message to see as soon as I popped in the stream an hour ago. Why it's saying I'll never see you again. Bye. Ah, lovely. Okay. I probably need some what looks like good guide, good tour guide gear. What do you mean looks like a good tour guide gear? I don't think edgy edgelord armor looks like good guide tour gear. um, here we go. Oreo Gamer, thank you very much for the follow, man. I like to think it's you're investing in the potential of this stream, and not from the minute of me asking whether or not this is good guide tour uniform is what signaled it. But thank you very much. Right. I can hear myself again like usual because I've got the actual stream in the background. Perfect. Should I? Don't know. I have no idea what you're trying to say there, Warrior Gamer, but I assure you this stream might be what you think it might be. Who knows? Hopefully it's a good one. Should I donate? No. You don't need to donate. That's definitely that entire thing down there is just there because I just looked up like a list of things to put on a Twitch channel because I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, no, don't donate. Just hang out. That is more than I would like for someone to do. In any case, hello everybody. If you do not, did you just donate? I see. Did you actually just donate $1? Bro, is that thank you, I think. Thanks a lot anyway. Um, wow, okay, thanks. Very kind of you, man. Very kind of you. I don't know what to say. That is an actual investment in the potential of this stream, which might turn out to be quite possibly absolutely nothing. But I appreciate it anyway. Hello everybody, my name, if you don't already know it, is Josh, and we are playing Breath of the Wild. However, with a twist today, we are going to be doing a nice, chill tour of the entirety of Hyrule. And by the entirety, I mean we're going to follow a nice path in a kind of circle-ish. We're not going to fast travel anywhere. We've got 4 hours to just look at some nice, beautiful sights in the game. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Um, I will also be acting as your tour guide today, meaning that I will be making up all kinds of lore about this place as we go on. So, I'd like to say strap yourselves in, grab a cup of tea or coffee or anything that you might consider a beverage of some kind to get on your tour. This is, of course, a visual tour, as everybody knows, with the COVID pandemic going on. Any and all ships, flights, and journeys to Hyrule have been dismissed and abandoned. In case anyone gets the illness, and therefore, instead of doing a physical tour of Hyrule, we're going to have to do a visual representation of it via our lovely tour guide assistant, Link. Say hello, Link. Beautiful. He doesn't talk much, but he can hear us. He's got a nice voice, a voice kind of chip in his ear, and so we will be using Link as our. We will live vicariously through Link throughout the stream. Everything he does, we also do. So, our tour will start where everything starts in this game. It is the Shrine of Resurrection. As everyone knows, the Shrine of Resurrection is the spot at which the magnificent hero of time, Godzilla, woke from his slumber, and he wreaked havoc on this world. And everyone was like, "Oh my God, what's Godzilla doing here? That's not the right kind of franchise for this." And they were like, "Oh wait, we actually need an actual hero of time." And therefore, they laid to the rest a nice elfish-looking boy called Linkykins. They put his nice head on some harsh stone, I think, and started drowning him in a pool of water. And he would awake 100 years later into a world he doesn't remember. Not that he particularly remembered it beforehand either. But beforehand, here's a tidbit that you might want to know. The world was almost destroyed. That's a kind of, uh, more a mute point, but more of a very important point for this tour. The world is in a kind of calamity, you could say. Calamity coming from a big boy, a big piggish boy. We like to call him Ganondorf, but sometimes you can nickname him the Ganon or the G-Meister, depending on his preference, I'm sure. But he's here. You can actually see him in the distance, or his kind of like mist. He's quite gassy, Calamity Ganon. There he is. Oh, I must also say that any and all um, uh, pictures must be taken in when Link brings out his camera. That's the only time you can take pictures, I'm afraid. Everything else must be just through your eyes. You can do it. Are you ready? I am indeed ready. We're starting the tour. This is the tour. It's happening right now. You can see the professionalism of this tour already. Here it is. So what we've gone over so far: Final Resurrection done, Calamity Ganon done. We'll be actually going over to the castle. Hold on a minute. This, whoa, man, I can't believe it. I'm holding on with lots of uh, anticipation. It's fine. I will continue. Uh, sorry, what? Is this real right now? Is it? Can you put in like a slash like whatever, and it looks like you've donated something, or are you actually donate? Because if you are actually donating, man, please stop. You don't need to. Please just hang here in the chat and talking in there. That's all you need to do. I thank you very much anyway. Uh, my God. Uh, I sorry. I'm very bad at being grateful. But thank you very much anyway. Wow, that is man. Yeah, you do hold all the power, my dude. Thank you very much. God, now I feel like now I feel like I'm a professional. Now I'm gonna have to have some kind of ad break or something to go with this investment of great proportions. That is Christ, that's crazy. Thank you very much. Okay, quick, get your mind back into your tour guide mode. Oh God, Link, what do we do? Oh, thank you, man. I feel like you're like my sugar daddy or some kind of benefactor that I must then sell my soul to, which I will do. Do you want my half my soul, all of my soul, anything in between? Don't need to stupid and follow them. Well, that's a very nice thing, man. That's a very nice thing for you to do. That's a man. Yeah, you're a good dude, man. You're very nice. Not just saying it because you're the first. Well, I'm honored, my dude. I'm honored. So yeah, stick around as much as you'd like, and then I'm sure when you go, you can keep spreading the love. That's very kind of you. Anyway, we're doing a tour. God, I need to get back on track. I like your streams. Thank you. I don't particularly know what you've been enjoying about them. Is it the spontaneous tripping over my own words? Who really knows? Anyway, back to this tour. God, I have a tour to do. I've got a tour to do, guys. I can't believe it. Um, where were we? Calamity Ganon. He attacked the world. Yes, it is funny. Thank you. I'm glad you find this enjoyable. I like streaming to the world. I like it. Because the thing is, I'm only as funny as you guys are, to be honest. I think most of my humor comes from just reading whatever you guys are talking about and then joining on that. Most of this is only ever capable via other people being here and enjoying it with me. So that's very nice of you to come and share in that. Anyway, um, yeah. So we're here at the Shrine of Resurrection. Oh, I need to get back on track. Whew. Uh, yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. Okay. what mumbo jumbo was I saying about Calamity Ganon? That he stinks? He probably stinks. Anyway, he's evil. Um, the world is evil at the minute, and so here's a disclaimer for the rest of the tour. If you have small children, please cover their eyes, where there will be grotesque violence, such as stabbing little balls of jelly and whatnot that could be there. In any case, we will be doing our tour um, via the help of our trusty little bike, the Master Cycle Zero. As everyone knows, this is a motorbike. The model is a GTX Retro 1080p motorcycle of doom, famously ridden by Ghost Rider in all of the Marvel comics. Now, um, before we move on, does anyone have any questions about Calamity Ganon or the Resurrection Shrine? If not, we will start our journey. Perfect. Right. No. Fantastic. So let us start. As you can see already, as soon as you start your adventure here in Hyrule, you will find this temple. This is the Temple of Time. Now, the Temple of Time is... I think I'm losing frames anyway. The Temple of Time is interesting. It's very interesting. In fact, it's so interesting, I'm going to talk about it right now. The Temple of Time is here to act as a beacon of light to the Hero of Time. Unfortunately, we have never seen the Hero of Time. Linkykins every now and again likes to pretend like he's the Hero of Time and whatnot. Oh, by the way, in the background, Link might be, you know, getting attacked and whatever. I assure you, he has been trained, highly trained, to combat any and all the evils in this place has to offer. I'd like to also mention that it might seem cruel, some of the stuff that Link is doing, such as running over innocent animals and whatnot, but I also assure you it is all part of the tour, part of the experience, that kind of thing. So the Temple of Time is interesting. It's home to the Hero of Time, actually. This is where he resides once we find him. We've never found him. Link always likes to say every now and again, he likes to joke Link, as he's the Hero of Time, he likes to pretend like he's saving the world. And so every now and again we humour him, but most of the time we just ignore him. The Hero of Time is also home to a goddess, a statue of a goddess, the goddess Hylia, of whom the people of Hyrule worship on a regular basis. She is the goddess of time, space, lukewarm swimming pools, that kind of thing. She's pretty cool, I'd say. In case you don't know the story of how this world came to be, how Hyrule came to be, Hylia was there. She was in space floating around, and she was like, oh man, we need a world, and then she created the world. That is the beautiful story of the creation of this world. It's quite beautiful. Sometimes I tear up at this part of the tour just thinking about the creation of this world. There was nothing, and then there was something, and then there was the world. It's crazy. Some people like to say that the world was created in 7 days, and that is a common myth. Hyrule specifically was made in about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Hylia created what many people call today a microwave, and put a ready-made world in the microwave to heat it up. And please stop donating. I will have a fit on stream. Please stop it. Save it for other people, man. I appreciate it a lot, very much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really do, I very much appreciate it, and I thank you for donating to the tour. Thank you for donating to the tour, but you can save it for like souvenirs at the end, that kind of thing. Maybe. But yeah, no, thank you very much for donating. So yeah, so we'll talk about Hylia. Here's a big thing that I didn't realize was going to come here so soon. But do you see that right over there? That is the tail of what we here call the Dragoon, and these Dragoons were also created by Hylia. They there are 4 of them in total. They all represent an element. This one here, this element is I don't know, air. This is lightning air, specifically lightning air and storms. That's his element. His name is Stormzy. Also, not to be confused with the singer, rapper. I don't know what he is. Can I have a mod? I mean, I don't have any mods, but yeah, I mean, I could probably sort something out after the stream. What does a mod do? I don't do anything on Twitch. I just kind of hang out and things happen. A mod's the one that do you just ban people and whatnot? Talking chat. I don't really know what. If you're trying to buy your way into controlling the stream, you're doing a very good job of it, I must say. Yeah, I could just give it over to you right now. That's how much power you have over me. Um, but I don't actually have any roles on this chat. But once I do, um, I might do it, and then yeah, sure, I might give you a mod. I probably will, to be honest. You practically own my stream now. You're like a benefactor that just come and bought everything, throw money at it, and then left. Real cool, like. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, why not? This tour's going over. Um, this tour's going over great so far. I think anyway. There you go. I don't know what a mod does. What does a mod do? I hope I haven't just given you ultimate power to start like messing with shit. Is the stream cutting out? Chopping? I think it was chopping every now and again. Is it fine? Oh, so okay, looks fine. Okay. Yeah, if you think I don't think mod does anything on this channel anyway. I haven't done anything for it, so congrats though. um, anyway, where were you? We're talking. Looking at dragons. This is the dragon. I forgot what I call him. Stormzy. His element is storms. He is the leader of storms and whatnot. What a crazy dude. That's what they call him. That's his nickname around here, actually. What a crazy dude. That's what you say when you meet him. At some point in the future, you might get closer to him. You might be able to take pictures near him, but obviously no touching. His surface is encased in electrical currents. Much like that of if you put like a fork in a toaster, he's a bit like that, but your finger is the fork and his skin is the toaster. That is the analogy I'm going for. Right, shall we continue to tour? This is the Temple of Time. If anyone has any questions on the Temple of Time, please ask. I will deliver any kind of lore on any kind of specifics that you have. If not, we will continue straight away back onto the road. The road to redemption, they say. That's what they call. That's what this road specifically is called. The road to redemption. We'll summon the GTX. I forgot what I called it. Model, whatever. And the next place we'll be going to on this tour is we'll be traveling around the towns and the cities. We'll be engaging in numerous activities and getting a chance to chat to the locals, that kind of thing. Get a feel for their culture and whatnot, you know. And so, if you'd like to know the route we're going to be taking, we're going away from the Temple of Time and off the Great Plateau into the Forest of Spirits and Hopper Pond, and then we'll be going down into this road here. If you don't know, this is called Victory Road, commonly seen in Pokemon. Here it is now, and then we'll be going from Victory Road right. We're going to go right and then down through Lake Hylia and into Kakariko Village is where we'll eventually end up. So we might actually not go by Lake Hylia. Oh no, we will. Will we? No, we'll go through. We'll go to Kakariko. I planned for this tour. Don't you worry about it. Okay. This is my chance in the tour to talk about the wildlife here, in and amongst the trees as Link gets going. There are numerous wildlife you'll be able to see on this tour. You should have a kind of bingo card with you that you should be able to cross off animals that you can see and take pictures of. And once you have 4 in a row, you should be able to find a coupon for a free cup of coffee at your nearest Hyrule Starbucks. I personally am a fan of the Midna Mochaccino. That is a classic of mine. Did you just donate again, Oreo Gamer? Thank you. Thank you very much for the 30 pence. I appreciate it very much. So now it might seem that this descent is not particularly on any kind of route, especially any kind of tour route, but I assure you this is all up to standard. I'm sure you like the lake of, or the forest of, whenever we just went, the Forest of Spirits. That was the Forest of Spirits. I'm sure you enjoyed that. I'm all powerful, yeah, to be honest. And you have a nice descent onto Victory Road. You see, you can only ever descent onto Victory Road. You can't do anything else. Well, this seems like a good opportunity in the tour, now that I've talked about the wildlife, to talk about the enemies that you see here. As you know, Hyrule as a town, as a country, has taken a... God, they just got destroyed there. As a country, Hyrule has... I'm getting destroyed. Hyrule has been taken over by evil kooks, as we call bastards here on the stream, or on the tour. I mean, sorry. And there are numerous types of evildoers here trying to take over Hyrule, such as this man over here who has just been defeated. They call them the Yiga clan, and the Yiga clan, good segue. That was, as we like to call, a timed intervention. You might think that most of the things happening on this tour are indeed spontaneous. I assure you they are most certainly not. It's all planned. Every interaction on this tour has been meticulously planned out to the fullest. And so the Yiga clan are a cult. They meet on Thursdays, and as everyone knows, if you are a cult, you should never meet on Thursdays, otherwise you meet the wrath of the goodness in the world. And you see there, right there, you see that cowering, poor, innocent traveller. This is the kind of thing that happens on a daily basis here on Hyrule. And what we'll do now is we'll have a nice little selfie with her, just so you guys know just who she is. Sorry, we just need to get onto this side. And so this happens on a regular basis. This is is example number one of the kind of effect that the calamity has had on people. This woman has been crying for, some would say, 2 full weeks now, and no one has ever been able to comfort her. Not been able to give any kind of food or water, that kind of thing, and that is because they're too scared to go out at night. They go into the roads and they see evildoers, absolutely evil beings, such as the people who I've mentioned before, the Yiga clan, skeletal boys, and we're gonna see what's going on with this poor woman. As you can see, she's sniffling, and sniffling is the number one sign of sadness. I don't know if you know this, but here in Hyrule, sniffling is the number one sign of sadness. And she's saying, "I'll never see him again." Him, of course, is referring to this magical hero of time. Hero of time, of course, being someone who we don't know. As I mentioned before, our tour guide assistant Link keeps on saying he is the hero of time, and we all think of it as a joke. I'll never see him again. Him, of course, being the hero of time. People kind of just assume that it is a him, but it is actually, could possibly a her as well. Who really knows? Now you see this classic Hyrule right here. This is what we like to call a haha get joked son, is the scientific terminology for it. This is another member of the Yiga clan. You see, they don't like deforestation, and our tour guide here, Link, he loves it. Some would say they're evil, other people will say they're just environmentalists. No one really knows anymore. But everyone knows that the Yiga clan has one main weakness, which is bananas. They just can't get enough of that sweet banana energy. Now, people will think it's just because they like the taste of them. It's actually wrong. You see, Yiga clan, due to their curse of fighting for Calamity Ganon, all have a supreme potassium deficiency. and they must counteract that potassium deficiency by eating bananas. Now, if you just everyone just shh here on this. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we didn't shh fast enough. However, you saw right there what we like to call horses, and we will try and get a small sneak up on some of these people right now. And a deer, doe deer, a female deer. You see, this is a common sighting here in Hyrule. Deer running blatantly into the road and getting run over. The number one killer of deer is indeed roadkill nowadays. I believe that is what they call a lesser spotted doe deer. This is via the spots on its back and the fact that it is also not very well spotted. Usually the well spotted deer is more well spotted, surprisingly, rather than the lesser spotted deer, which is lesser spotted, both in spots and in sight. In any case, we also go back to the other wildlife. Perfect framing. Don't do a deer killing bike. Yeah. As I say, everything in this tour is meticulously planned, and therefore there will be no surprises on this tour. At least for me and Link being um, renowned tour guides in this area. You see here, this one on the left. This is the breed of horse we like to call the white-nosed horsey, as signified by its white nose, and you see the little cream bit on top of the snout. It's called a snout. I don't know if you know this, but on a horse it is called a snout, much like a doggo or otherwise. And the reason why they have this kind of whitish snout is because they are a massive fan of white chocolate, and you see they are also the main producers of white chocolate. And what they do is they bring their head up and they just smush it into kind of like molten white chocolate, and then once they are done finishing, they get this kind of nice white material, this kind of white color over the snouts. Of course, we also have a lesser spotted brown horsey by its horses, by its spots, not its horses, by its spots, and by the sight it's very lesser spotted. Here we have a night horse by the color of its coat. It's night in night mode. When you see it in night, it actually switches from a black coat to a white coat, just so it can ward away predators. Most people think that predators will be warded away if you blend in with your surroundings. However, the night horse, and then in comparison the day horse, which is the name we give it at night when it looks like the sun of its white coat, it wards away predators because they see, they see that nice white. Is that a glinting thing? Anyway, oh, there's a Lord of the Mountain. I mean, we'll get there eventually. They see the white coat and then they just think, man, I don't want to eat that. It's so so loud and proud out in there. As you can see, this is another common occurrence here in Hyrule. It is what we call a mugging. And obviously, as a tour guide, our number one job is the protection of our civilians here of Hyrule, and therefore Link is doing his job right there. Of course, Mills is an important person on this tour. We might see him again. He has green hair and green matching jacket, and you see the thing about Mills is that he is a well-known drug trafficker. He takes a cart. You can't see the cart in this frame, but he takes a cart with his wife over there, Sandra. We won't talk to her. She doesn't like Link. Something about banging her sister or something. We don't really know what transpired. But yeah, Mills here is a well-known drug trafficker, and some people say drugs are bad. Well, you see, they are, but Mills's drugs specifically are steroids, like medicinal steroids, medicinal weeds of the sort, or that sweet Mary Jane, depending where you're coming from, you might call it a different thing. And of course, also the biggest drug of all, white chocolate. Everyone knows that white chocolate goes and hurts a horse's snout eventually and kills the horse after 24 hours. Did you just clear the chat, Origamer? I've given you mod on the pretenses of you've given me a load of money for no reason and I feel very bad about it. But please don't clear the chat if people are talking, I guess. That's I don't know if they were. I think they were. Anyway. However, as everyone knows, Mills is also um, a kind man, a giving man, and he will give us something for our troubles. Uh, Hearty seafood rice balls. Now, these look like unassuming seafood rice balls, um, but they are actually caked in cocaine. I mean, that stuff is just brimming with it. That white stuff, it's not rice. We need to get to safety, and they will then go back to their drug cartel. Because here's the thing, Hyrule, along with the Yiga clan, who are a cult, they're also riddled with the Mafia, and we'll get to meet them soon. Actually, we'll get to meet the head of the Mafia of Hyrule soon. We actually have a trade deal, you could say, with the Mafia of Hyrule, which is so long as we don't say anything bad about them, they won't kill us. And thank you for donating $30. Please don't save it for yourself or like other streamers or something, man. I very much appreciate it. It's very, very kind of you. But I'm just a dumb teenage dude playing Zelda and pretending he's a tour guide, man. I mean, you can you could use those on some much more talented people. I'm sure there's like a nice music stream of someone who needs a break in music. You give some money to them, I'd say. But thank you nonetheless. Anyway, this is part of the tour where we have to maintain our bike, our GT5X 500 roundabout toil and trouble bike of doom, as is the uh, official name for it. I don't know if you know this, but there are a lot of different names and different makes of bike in Hyrule, and this is just our tour guide specialty one. You see, every tour guide gets their own GT5X 900 turbo booster bike, as I've said before. But Link is showing off his one as well. We will continue making our way to our first sightseeing spot, which is going to be Lake Hylia, was what I've decided. Not just now. This is, as everyone knows, a very well planned tour. As you can see, actually, this is a very good spot to just point something out here. You see these flags? These are the flags of Hyrule. You see that red mixed with that gold and blue. They are the regal colours of Hyrule. The red indicates love and passion. The yellow indicates happiness and joy, and the blue indicates the sea, for everyone loves the sea. Here we see another, tragedy. Sorry, sometimes I trip on my words. It's fine. You see a wagon of death here, destroyed via the calamity that has befallen this land. It is just one of the many sore sights that we will see on our tour. Once again, if you have any small children, I'd say below 2 feet tall, you might want to cover their eyes, or they might not want to see turned over wagons. It's quite the sorry sight. Here is a lovely another nice sightseeing thing for everyone at home. This is what we like to call a guardian, and you see, guardians, they used to be good guys back in the day when the world was lovely. Sorry, we're getting a bit of a disturbance in the force. I believe it's because we said something about them meeting up on Thursdays. They don't like people knowing about the fact they're meeting up on Thursdays, the Yiga clan. Luckily though, we deal with them quite quickly. You see, here's something that you guys don't know, is that when there's a bully around, you kill him. That's just something you can take home to your family there on this tour. Now, here we're talking about the Guardians, and you see this Guardian here. I should say, as we're going through this, this is your time to take a picture. As you can see by Link taking a picture of his own, you may take pictures of this part of the tour. This is a Guardian, and the Guardians used to be good guys, but then suddenly they turned to evil. Not many people know why this is, but here on the tour, Josh's Kun Tours, we know the exact reason why, and that is because they had a workers' strike. You see, before the Guardians used to work long, hard hours, at least 12 hours a day, and then they took it up with the king at the time, King Rome, and they said, "Look, dude, we're either we're either getting being paid more for our hours, or we're working less hours, or we're going to try and kill everyone." And King Rome, in his infinite wisdom, said, "Look, dude, I'm the king. Try me, bro." And then the Guardians did, and everything fell into disrepair. And they joined side with Ganon. As everyone knows, Ganon is a world-renowned businessman. He gave more money. Very ethical, Ganondorf is. You don't realize that. Yeah, we're gonna go dono. Dude, go wherever you want to, man. I'm not about to. I'm not about to tell you to do otherwise. I wish you good luck in your endeavours to bring about niceties to the world. Why don't we continue on, Var? Where are we going again? Oh, of course I know. I'm the tour guide. Right. So we just went past Outpost Ruins. I don't know if I said so at the start. That was Outpost Ruins. I'm sure you got lots of nice pictures there. We will now be going over. We're taking a right here, so we're going to turn off of Victory Road onto Champions Avenue. And you see, Champions Avenue is a not very well walked route. It is quite. Sorry, if you hear that kind of noise of something being run over, try to ignore it. It might be the wildlife being, churned up by the wheels and tracks of Link's bike, but I'm sure it's fine. So this is a very well, not very well travelled spot. Sorry, but the people who do come here like to stop in amongst these mountains, go search the caves as we will do now, and try to find daisies in here, which they grow quite naturally. Of course, these daisies can't be picked up. Is there some spiritual significance of that big rock? Of course. Thank you, Miss Lady Snowy Locks, for the question. There is of course some spiritual significance to this big rock. You see, in over about 200 years ago, when the world was made. This world is only 200 years old. I don't know if I mentioned that before. The goddess Hylia was like, well, what music do people like? And then everyone said pop music, because unironically that was the popular music, pop music. And she said, no, you're wrong. Rock music is the best music. And then they had a kind of a disagreement where Hylia smited many a person. But in the end, what happened was, Hylia said, "Fine, you can listen to pop music. However, all who like rock music can come to these rocks, pray in the rocks, and they will be bestowed the power of shredding sick riffs on the guitars." And so, even though this is not a very well travelled route due to the prevalence of pop music, people who aspire to be rock legends come to this specific rock and pray to goddess Hylia for their good fortune in shredding the sick riffs. Of course, if you would like to pray, you may. Hopefully, the goddess will smile brightly on you, and you might be blessed with sick riffs as well. However, that's what we would say if this was a physical tour. Unfortunately, as I've said before, this is due to the ongoing pandemic. We can't be here physically, and therefore we must live vicariously through our tour guide assistant, Linky Kins, over here. Moving on, we will continue making our way over to the Lake of Hylia. However, we will say hello to this woman right here. And some would say a woman out in the middle of nowhere. It might be more of the Yiga clan. But everyone knows that people who laugh before you talk to them are nice. Anyone who says otherwise is someone who doesn't laugh themselves, and therefore they suck. As you know, there's nothing to take home to yourselves. If you don't laugh, you suck. Anyway, she's talking about Master Koga, and as everyone knows, Master Koga is a character from the famous video game franchise here in Hyrule, Super Smash Bros., of whom it puts together famous Nintendo legends such as Martio and Sonic the Hedgehog in battle amongst each other. And this is her favorite character, Master Koga. And you see, Master Koga is a frog man. who launches fireballs out of his hands and fights people. That is the person who's there. Anyway, um, of course, Link here, he doesn't know who Master Koga is. Some say it's because he's an idiot. Others would agree. Which I think is quite sad because I personally think Link is an alright dude, kind of. Anyway, he's going to say, Master Koga who? And of course, this traveler is shocked, enraged at the fact he does not play her favorite video game, as most people do. You like hear about famous video games online, and you're like, man, how do I get a part of that sweet, sweet action? And then for some reason or another, um, they don't play it. Of course, she is now so angry, in fact, that she is even going to destroy Link, is what she thinks is going to happen. However, luckily, Link has what we like to call anger management problems. And you might see right there, Link might have pretended to die. You see, Link is a great actor. He played Macbeth in our school play back in the day. And so you might think that he dies from time to time. He won't. There's no death here on this tour, of course. Are there still some ancient singing spirits lurking in the rock? There are, actually. I might have gone over and missed that question due to the fact that my chat died on me. But there are some ancient singing spirits here. They're actually called the Fat Ladies, and if you've ever heard of the term when the Fat Lady sings, that was indeed the Fat Lady singing, and therefore everything you've previously dismissed as myth due to never believing it until the Fat Lady sings, she is now sung, and therefore you must believe. How does the green special effects? Oh, you see, this is not a very well-known fact, but all native Hylians are made of fireworks and smoke machines. And you see, when they are, stabbed into, quote unquote, they're actually stabbing fireworks and smoke machines, and therefore various green-like spirits or smoke and effects, smoke and mirrors, you could say, come out of them. Of course, we have now reached our destination of the Bridge of Hylia, as everyone knows, the Bridge of Hylia. This is a bridge made by Princess Zelda. She made it all herself. It took her 50 nights and 50 days to do it. And the reason for her building this bridge all by herself is because she was going through, as the King Rome liked to say, a phase. To which Princess Zelda replied, "It is not a phase, Dad," and then proceeded to build a whole bridge on it. As you can see now, since the calamity has come, it has been taken over by the Lizalfos. And that's because, as everyone knows, lizards love bridges. They feast off of the rocks on the floor, and that's how they gain sustenance. As everyone also knows, Lizalfos are quite prevalent in this world. They are also a bit too overpopulated, and so Link is doing what any good citizen of Hyrule would do, and committing mass genocide. And that is the only way to keep their numbers down, you see. Do lizards have some affiliation to Hyrule? Of course they do. It's a good question. Of course. You see, here on this tour, there is no as an answer. There's no, as I like to say, to the confusion of most people on the tour. But yes, of course, the lizards do have some affiliation to Hylia. Back in the olden days, a whole 198 years ago, lizards were born from eggs hatched by Hylia herself. No one knows, but she can she can hatch eggs if she wants to. And originally they had a very good connection. It was much like how a mother lizard would care for baby lizards. She would bask in the sun with them and eat insects with them. However, one day, Hylia told them to test their faith she said, I'm going to leave this stone by this bit of water that could be considered a bridge. If you eat this bridge, I will hate you forever. And she went away to go on some kind of business trip. And the lizards, two lizards in fact, Lily and Lally, they sorry, just a bit of a cough. Lily and Lally, they looked at each other and they said, "Okay, I know, Mumsy said that we couldn't eat that bit of rock that could be considered a bridge. However, I kind of want that rock that could be considered a bridge." And they ate it. They ate the rock, and when Hylia come back, she condemned them to live out into Hyrule and only come back if Calamity Ganon ever came back into power, which of course he has done, and now Lizalfos are back in the world. Did they eat all the pillars? They did indeed eat all the pillars. That is a common, classic Lizalfos method of eating bridges. They go pillars first, and so it falls into the water, and then they can eat it from their comfortable, you know, environment of the waters. This is a chest. Don't know if you've ever seen one before. This is a particular chest. There's a reason why you might have thought that Link falling off that bridge right there was a bad move. However, it was to show you all this chest. There are chests hidden throughout Hyrule, all with their different treasures inside. This was a bow, and because we're nice tour guides, we will leave that for the next tour, so they can look at a chest themselves. So of course, this is the Bridge of Hylia. There are still numerous evildoers still here, like usual. There's always an evildoer. However, betwixt evil becomes good, and this is what we like to call a Korok. And a Korok, affectionately called the Little Blighters, is indeed the bridge spirit. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you've read your homework on this kind of stuff. That Korok is the bridge spirit. Most people like to say that trolls live under bridges. That is just factually inaccurate. They're actually tiny kind of rock leaf dudes who live under bridges, and eventually what happens is they will come down from the heavens, really. They are an extension of Hylia herself. What's that in the sky? Oh, well, if you give us just a moment, for we have more evils to commit, or more evils to vanquish. In the sky, there is clouds, or maybe something else. Possibly. What exactly were you looking at in the sky? I will gladly tell you the story about them. You heard some ancient music. Oh, of course. That must have been the Pied Piper. You see, the Pied Piper is a myth. Unfortunately, Hylia rarely shows herself around these parts. She is what many people consider a snobby bitch, and therefore she refuses to. Oops. She refuses to come down from her high horse, people say. And I just threw away, Link threw away his katana. Oh no, there it is. Of course, what's that shadow? Oh! Sorry, of course. Here we see Stormzy go into the water. Whoa. As everyone knows, Stormzy has a nice schedule that he keeps, and we have come here just at the right time to see him take a nice plunge into the water. Now, he does this because he is a... Sorry, that's an annoying bat. He does this because he is what we consider cold-blooded, and so he sits in the sky, Mifa's Grace is ready. I don't know if you guys know that. Mifa is, of course, the spirit of the fish people, singing a song of doom. But yeah, the Stormzy will sit in the sun to gain higher temperatures. But every now and again, if his temperature gets too hot, he'll take a plunge to sedate his body temperatures. So that's that. We will then go back up Hylia to the bridge to continue our tour. I've just noticed we have spent almost of an hour and we have not made it to one major city yet. That's fine. As everyone knows, this tour is meticulously planned, and therefore we will get to everything we need to get to in time. Right now, we're following a way to the to what many people call the horse spirit. That is horse with an S and not whore. I don't know if you heard me correctly. She has a lot of crazy theories and well, before we go there, we will actually go through these, and these are called the Valley of Doom for that guy. This is called the Valley of Doom. You see, this used to be a lovely play area for children. There used to be a nice playground, nice park, but unfortunately, over time, it has been eroded away, and therefore only the evil remains. These are actually the spirits of little children. They have been corrupted by Calamity Ganon, and unfortunately, we have to just barely run past them, because Link is not a child murderer. It's a lot of things, not a child murderer though. And so we'll just walk by here, and it's a lovely place really, once you get past all of the angry spirit children. No way. Unfortunately, there is no way to free their spirits. They are there for eternity, trapped away. However, I say that, but that was just to hype up the dramatics of this next point, of the fact that they can be freed if Calamity Ganon is stopped. People don't really know this because they say the Hero Time is not here yet, and only the Hero Time can save Hyrule and free the children's spirits. Once again, Link continuously calls himself the Hero of Time, and we all know it's not him. Look at him. Blank stare. He's the Hero of Time. But we shall move to the top of this tower here to get a nice view of this area, nice view of the bridge. This is your next opportunity to take numerous pictures from a nice high spot whilst I take a drink of tea. As everyone knows, tour guides of Hyrule are only allowed to drink Hylian tea made of the jungle leaves and Octorok pus. Yep, that's that. So here's a nice view. Have a nice look at it. It's very nice. Maybe Link will go and take a selfie as I drink some nice tea. Oh, he's slightly too far away. There we go. That's a nice viewing. Okay, beautiful. I had a nice drink of Hyrule tea to get me back on track. We've had a nice look at the beautiful balcony. The screen is tearing. I would like to rectify that, but it will bother me for the rest of the tour. Any questions of the tour so far? Whilst I get this quick visual kind of wrongdoing away. Who built the tower? Oh, that is a wonderful question. It was a man by the name of Hank Rogan, and Hank Rogan was he used to be a man who then turned into a bear at the age of 17, And what happened was,
Daruk's protection is now
what
ready to
happened
roll.
was, thank you, Daruk. What happened to Hank was a tragic accident. As he was building this tower, the very tower we that was Hank's voice. It's true. uh, Hank Rogan Daruk is his full title. Um, as he was building this tower, he was just doing the finishing touches to this tower. Uh, he was shown light via the moon, but it was a special moon. It was what we like to call the bear moon, which happens every 4 solar triangulus. Just a bit of space mumbo jumbo for you there. I will go right over most people's heads, don't worry about it. But every 4 space soleus, or whatever I said, a bear moon comes, and everybody normally would know never to be outside when there's a bear moon. But unfortunately, Hank was just too much of a workaholic. He didn't realize it until the tower was done. That the moon had come up and it turned all of his skin into fur, all of his nose, into a snout, and it became Hank Bearman. And he still roams wild to this day. So yeah. So, however, although the bear story is over, a new story is here. It's not only, it is what we like to call the big horned goat. Goat, obviously an acronym for greatest of all time. So this is the big horned greatest of all time. He is eating grass, and you see grass is, and yawning, obviously. See, grass is especially here, grass is a large factor in curing blindness. If you are blind here in Hyrule, you just eat a tuft of grass and you can see once again. It's quite wonderful, life in general, but it's even more wonderful here in Hyrule. And it would be more wonderful if Calamity Ganon hadn't gone and destroyed most of it, everything we all know and love. One of the other reasons why we cannot be here physically at the moment, not only due to the pandemic, but also because of Calamity Ganon. This is Farron Woods, which is named after Sir Farron of the Woods, who is a wood elf who resides around here. I don't think we'll be able to see him today, unfortunately, folks, because well, he tends to blend in with the trees, you see, and he merely watches our tour guide as we go. However, he is indeed shy. That is one of the main factors as to why he's like that.
Yeah.
Here we see Chumin. Chumin Fu is his full title, and his donkey Bramble. So Chumin Fu and Bramble, they're also recurring characters usually in Hyrule. You see, Chumin here is a aspiring painter, and what he paints is he paints um, trees, specifically trees. He only paints trees, and when he goes around, he goes around. He sells his tree art to people, and by to people I mean person. Only one person ever buys his tree art, and that is Auntie Branch. She buys all of his tree paintings, and that's about all that really happens here. But we enjoy his spirit. Is the thing. He's a real positive guy. He says, "Come look at his goods." He also takes with him other stuff too that he has to sell to make a living, such as bright-eyed crabs, armored porkies, mighty porkies, hearty durians, and palm fruit. If you'd like to buy anything now, this is the time to do it. I'll take another drink of tea in the meantime in case anyone would like to buy anything specific. Brilliant. Thank you for your business, Chumin Fu and Bramble. Lovely to see you again. We shall continue our journey to the horse goddess. You see, I don't know if I told you about the story of the horse goddess, but there was once a horse living out her best life. She was free, Not like a bird, but like a horse. Free like a horse, is what they say. And one day, as she was trotting along, cantering through the Hyrule fields, uh, she saw a statue, but not to Hylia. It was a statue to Lolia, who, as everyone knows, is the antagonist to Hylia and keeper of the underworld. And unfortunately, what happened was, due to her curiosity, this horse went up to the statue and was consumed, or her soul was consumed, and replaced in it was a new soul. A soul which tries to keep the balance for all horses to make sure that no horse befalls such a horrible fate. In any case, this is Highland Stable, uh, which we will take a short break at to refuel our bike, to make sure everything's still good, and to chat to some of the locals, get to know who they are, what they're feeling, that kind of thing. Because there's one thing that everyone needs to remember about life, is that it's full of interactions with people. You know, you can't get anywhere in life without talking to people, and this is what we like to highlight here in our tours: talking to people. Hello there, Blind.
Yeah.
You see, Blind is a bastard, and I don't use that word lightly. He is what many people would say an egotistical narcissist, and he believes he is the best in everything and anything that he does. However, that is just not true, as Link will show. You see, what happens now is he used to be a world-renowned horse racing champion.
Hey.
But there was this little man called Link who destroyed his time, and we'll do so again, because there's one thing that this tour is all about. It's about giving you culture and feeding you into the kind of, you know, the minds of the people around us. Do people bet on horses? People do bet on horses in Hyrule. They don't bet rupees though. They bet arms and legs. And you see, you won't see many people hit without arms or legs, but that's because they would normally win it back. You know, it's a very even kind of playing field. Of course, there is that person at the front of the stable. They will give out arms and legs. They've got a nice stock of them in the back. Not people really know about that. It's kind of a frowned upon thing. But it's not illegal to bet on horses. Quite the contrary. It's actually encouraged betting and gambling in this world. In any case, we will do what many people will consider a mini game, is what they call them there. But we will do some horse racing. Of course, usually we'll offer this up to the tour to ask if anyone would like to try and beat the time. Unfortunately, because of Calamity Ganon and COVID, no one can be here physically, and so vicariously we must hope that our little Linkykin can beat the time. I'm quite confident. I'm sure you people are too. If you'd like, you can send some nice words of support to him. He can't hear you. He can hear me though, and so I can pass it down on to him. Of course, we do not need to run out of the rules. If you'd like to know the rules of a horse racing or an equestrian course is one must jump over all of the barriers within the time, and people think it's quite a hard task to do, because there is what many people call bullshit in play every now and again. However, we have a trained horse dude in Link who knows everything there is to know about horses, like you know, having them stop in front of barriers because we don't want them to actually win. The thing is, every now and again you have to let the owner win, just in case, because if you don't, he gets a bit salty and then no one can play the game. And so we'll have to see if Link wants to give him the win or not, because sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. It's all really on his mood. He's more of a kind of a rogue Link. No one really knows what he does or what he wants in life, which can be true of a lot of people. You don't really know um, who wants what in life and what they could want in the future. But everyone knows that Link is a man of principle, a man of horse riding expertise, and he will try his best to do it in under 1 minute and 20 seconds. Now, that is not the best time we've had, but it's not the worst. However, on this tour, we only settle for greatness. I don't remember. Is that the best time we've had? I don't remember. I didn't think so. We've had like a 115, haven't we? Oh! As everyone knows on this tour, I decided on this tour, if you defeat the horse racing thing again, you get more birds and stuff. What we will do is we'll do it again, because I think we can do it a bit faster. You see, every now and then you just need a couple warm-ups. Link just needs a feel for the reins again, and then hopefully he'll be able to do it faster. Best time's 1 minute 15, of course. Yeah. Okay. Mittens there refused to go immediately, which is fine. Okay, sometimes you need to make sure that you've got the right horse for the job, because if you have a too fast horse, then it'll go too fast. If you have a too slow horse, it'll go too slow. That's something that not people know. Slow horses go slow, and fast horses go fast. But something you need to consider. Sounds legit. Thank you. Yeah, I am actually a trained horse expert, as are all Hyrule tour guides. We have to know our stuff, really. You just have to know when our horses want to do a quick, run around. Is the thing. Sometimes Mittens, who is the horse today, she likes running around the barriers, and we just had to do a quick look around for it. She likes hitting it on the backboard. You see, she is quite the diva sometimes, and sometimes I need to make sure she's still doing what she loves, which is jumping over barriers. She loves jumping over barriers. That's her favourite thing in the world. This will come in slower than the last one, which kind of sucks. Just means we have to go again, I'm afraid. Link is a perfectionist and will refuse to stop this minigame until he gets under 1 minute 15.
Oh?
Yep, okay. You do get a nice souvenir every time you play this game. The good thing is that although it's coming out of Link's own pocket here, paying for these mini games, you will all be charged at the end of this tour. I hope you remember. It was all included on the ticket of yours that you handed in at the start of this virtual tour. Yes, it is a contribution to the local economy, of course. Us tour guides, the main thing is keeping everyone, especially local competitors, alive and well. Because the last thing you want as a tour guide is to not be able to tour anything, because everyone's already shut due to the fact that they can't pay for anything anymore. So we take it upon ourselves to pray and hope that everyone is able to do their thing. As you can see here, Mittens did what we like to call a rope-a-dope, which is something that happens when you look like you do the animation of jumping, but then stop halfway through and don't actually jump over. So that's what happened there. But it's fine. I'll be honest with you folks, there's been a tour where we have only done this until the end of the tour. All tours are 4 hours, and we have spent three of those hours here at the horse range. But it's fine, because I assure you, you'll get your money's worth. Your money being, upwards of 10,000 pounds. I hope you have the money to pay for that. We don't actually check until you've done the tour and are legally obligated to pay for it, and then you have to get into crippling debt and that kind of thing. But we hope you can pay for it. See, this is the time of the in the tour where we get slightly annoyed at our dumb fucking horses for not going over barriers. Here the queen likes to bet on horses too. It's true. The queen does love to bet on horses. She has about 5 herself. Yeah, the famous figure 8 maneuver. Yeah, as coined by Marvin Eightfeller, the figure of 8 used in the Grand National of '82, as everyone remembers. Unfortunately, it's not a valid maneuver here in Jump Over the Barriers. The only maneuver that's valid here in Jump Over the Barriers is jumping over the barriers. The thing is, the good thing about Mittens is that she's a very nice horse. She's a very considerate horse. And the thing is, sometimes that makes her not particularly make the best of decisions. Right now, she feels like she feels bad because her friend Baboon has the world record at the minute. She doesn't want to step on her kind of toes, which is very nice of her. However, we need that kind of competitive spirit within our horses to make sure that they don't keel over and die. For, as everyone knows, the 3 things you need to survive in this world are food, water, and a competitive spirit. Okay. We're just gonna take a quick break from the tour so I can scream at Mittens for fucking turning around the thing! We were looking at it! Anyway. We're gonna have one more go at this, folks, and if Mittens fails, we will continue on as a disappointment. Which no one wants on this tour, you know. Here we go. This is just one of the many mini games you will have on this tour. This is not even the most frustrating, I'd say, of the numerous cultural activities we'll be doing around Hyrule. It's definitely one which requires patience, requires a steely resolve, and a adequate horse. You see, Mittens might be a pure breed, not a filthy mudblood in terms of horse kind of pedigree, but she doesn't have the will to win. Sometimes, maybe she does today, or this time around. We'll have to hope and see. See, lots of people like to think that you have to go fast to win this. That's obviously false. You just need a you need to just keep at it and make sure that you're doing everything in time, or doing everything nicely and swiftly, but not too swift that she refuses to jump over barricades is the thing. There we go. That's what we wanted to see, Mittens. That's what we wanted to see. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. When the pressure's on, Mittens does it. That's the thing. You just need to put a bit of pressure on her. 3 whole cheers. Did you hear that, Mittens? I don't think she does, but she's actually deaf, Mittens. We forgot to tell you. Of course, we do not miss a trick. Thank you very much, Blind, for your skills. Now, this is a man who I'd like to introduce you all to. This is Beedle, and Beedle is a convicted murderer, but he's reformed. Good thing, and he is an interest in beetles. You see, the thing is, when you have an obsession, like Beedle did with murdering people, you have to change that obsession to something else, like beetles. And now that he's got a new addiction, he doesn't kill people anymore. And now we can nice trade with him perfectly. And he has some nice fun stuff, such as hearty lizards and sunset fireflies. Unfortunately, we don't particularly need any of those things. However, we will take his arrows.
Wow! Yay!
Convicted murderer says, it's good suspiciously. Why is his backpack so big? That is because he's got a bed in there. He sleeps inside of his bag. That's actually a very large sleeping bag, is the thing. Um, he's very strong. He's deceptively strong, actually, Beedle. You wouldn't really know it. What we'll do now is, now that Mittens is here, we will trot along with her across this path. We're actually going to go back on ourselves very quickly to search for the horse goddess, and then we'll switch back to our motorbike afterwards. So people always like to touch and stroke Mittens when she is a part of this tour. She is, of course, the horse of Lady Zelda, who is a princess, or was a princess, back 100 years ago, before Calamity Ganon came. And some people say that Mittens here is the descendant of Lady Zelda's Lady Zelda's horse. However, that is just false. She is the horse that Lady Zelda had 100 years ago. This horse is immortal. Never ages, Mittens. No matter how many people have owned her in the past, she outlives them. Thus is her curse. You know, some people say that immortality is one of the best things you can have in life, but everyone dies before you do. What do you have then? That is what Mittens likes to say as a reminder to everyone on this tour. This is educational above all else, this tour. It's enjoyable. We have fun here on this tour, but we have to make sure that people know you will die eventually. And don't be like Mittens. Anyway, we'll come to the horse god. I said a story, right, about something or other. Yeah, of course. Now you see, this purple water is actually a very highly toxic black current. People sometimes like to drink on this tour, and if you do, I would have to sign up a release of your death. But fortunately, or fortunately for my paperwork, no one will be dying today. Here she is. She is, as many other tour people have described, absolutely horrifying. This is Melania, or Malania, however you would like to pronounce it in your native tongue. She asks why we seek her out, and the reason for this is we like to show people what the touch of Lolia might do. As you remember from her story, this was a horse whose soul was taken and replaced by Lolia, and this is the kind of monstrosity that she creates, you know. She is quite nice, though. You see here, she's talking about friendship, and see, friendship is very important to not only us here at Hyrule Tours, but also just in general, you know, friends, they, if you've seen what people call anime, usually the power of friendship allows people to win the day. Are there masks of Malenia? Of course they're on the souvenir shops. There'll be masks of multiple people who we will find on our journey, and you can all buy them for the small price of $59.99 US American dollars. You see, every now and again we like to switch up the currency that you pay in, just to keep you on your toes, because we don't want people falling asleep on our tours here. That is disrespectful. So keep you on your toes. You know, you might be seeing enemies flying at you from left and right. Usually on these kind of tours, when everyone's here and available in physical form, we have about a 80% mortality rate. And that is, to many people, hazardous. But to us here at Hyrule Tours, that's quite good. Those are quite good numbers. If 8 out of 10 people die and 2 people survive, that's 2 people more who survived than what we used to get when Calamity Ganon first came. So we see that as an absolute win. So now that I've shown you the horse god, what we'll be doing now is we'll be going back up to the Farron Woods. Or will we? We won't actually. we're gonna go over to the archery camp because everyone loves archery. Not because I don't think I've gone there yet. That's a love tap. Um, Mittens doesn't like hitting people, obviously, so they didn't actually hit them. But sometimes, if you're on, say, the motorbike, you might actually accidentally kill innocent animals. But they had it coming, is the thing. That's what Hylia always teaches us. That, you know, karma comes around, you know, so. Yeah, we'll show you some archery. As you can see, the weather has taken a turn for the worst. That's what you should expect here in Hyrule. Surprisingly, it rains here all the goddamn time, and it is horrible to be in. Makes climbing bad. And you might think, why are you climbing, tour guide Josh? And I say, well, I don't climb, but Link here loves to climb. It's practically his favorite pastime. He was in the Olympics. I don't know, he represented Hyrule at the Olympics. He didn't get a medal because he was done in for doping and drug abuse, but that's neither here nor there. Is climate change a concern in Hyrule? That's a very good question. You see, it is, but it isn't. Climate change is a concern to people who care about the environment, such as the Yiga clan. They hate deforestation, and they think that, you know, people should come around here and, you know, actually take care of the environment. But to other people, most people, such as Hylia herself, she don't give a damn, actually, and she encourages things like the chopping down the trees, the lighting of wood to release carbon dioxide into the earth to increase global warming. I'd say, if anything, in her own words, Hylia said that the world is too cold right now, and she wants to warm it up. So, in a couple more um, in a couple more kind of degrees, I'd say about 10 more degrees. If the world gets 10 degrees hotter, Hylia might be satisfied, and then we'll seek to keep it at that kind of equilibrium. But until then, we're all about destroying the Earth here at Hyrule Tours. Hello there, young man. This guy, Ginny, not to be confused with Genie, who are genies trapped in bottles. This guy is important because he has our second minigame of today, which is fighting on horseback. And as Ginny has put so aptly here, nothing is more dangerous than a man who thinks he can handle the worst only to fall apart when the time comes. You see, that is a surprisingly very good quote that I'm surprised they've put on someone as insignificant as Genie. No offense, Genie, but you know, to someone like Zelda, Zelda could say this and be, you know, have much more oomph to it. He likes horses. He also likes bows, and so he puts them together to create Horsebow, the superhero who we all need. And sure, we will have a go. And Genie here says that you've breathed impulsiveness. He's true. The new we have quite a few new tour guides here, and quite frankly, they don't know what's happening. They act like they forget everything, and they never use things like campfires and eating. So, not really someone who we like to have here on the tour, but we need people basically. For a young man interested in horseback archery, you seem to be in want of a horse. But, you see, Genie isn't very smart. Although the horse might be right next to me, because I'm not riding it, he thinks I don't have one. Hello, Genie. Perfect.
Ooh.
Yes, here we go. Kind of bow and arrows. I'm fine.
Oh.
20 rupees to cover horseback riding. Of course, we are all about that life. See, Link has actually never done this specific course yet. Of course, I've done it millions of times before, but I'm not in control.
Ooh.
Usually I'd be doing this blindfolded, and then people would be going wild right now, but we only have a Link here who's on the scene as a native to Hyrule. explain a bit before we get started. Okay. Here we go. If we break more than 20 targets, he'll fork over some horse armor, and we love to see that. Here we go. And so, Link is actually quite a Oops. He's quite a well-rounded tour guide. He makes sure that we hit most of these targets respectfully. I missed that one. I missed that one too. Oops. Shit. So this is going as well as we thought it would go. You see, Link is an idiot. And he doesn't really remember that. But yeah, he is. Shit. So we have 7 targets. We need about like 50, or 20. Can't actually see much of what's happening right now. Oops. Okay, so that was shocking. 10. We needed 20. Yeah, I'd like to do something. See, this is slightly harder than the jumping over dumb barricades because everything here should be blamed on Link and not the horse. Which is a problem because... Oops. Oh, have you got a quick shot? Okay, let's hurry up. I do more tour guiding, but I am very concentrated right now. Fuck. 11. That's quite disappointing, isn't it? 11. As you know, here on the tour, we like to pretend like we're very bad at these mini games. We might have to buy some more arrows here. That's fine. I wonder if Link can do his floaty thing. Oh. Well, that would make it a lot easier, wouldn't it? But as we all know, Link already remembered that. He was just trying to do it to impress everyone, you see. And impressing people is the thing. I believe that is the sound of someone following. On VR, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it a lot. Welcome to the tour. I hope you enjoyed the tour and me failing heavily at doing these dumb fucking missions. It's true. Link is most definitely not the hero of time, as we've all figured out. He tries to play that game all the time, but he has to remember that he's most certainly not. Okay. I think we should be ready. I'm loath to cigars, but yes, yes, yes. See now, do we have to land back on the horse if we do the floaty thing? Does the horse stop? I guess it stops, doesn't it? Yeah. I think so. Okay. Here we go, Linkykins. God, I forgot I was. Oh God. Turn around. Oh, fuck. There we go. Wah! Okay, we're at a kind of impasse because we're always shooting behind us now. Oops. Ping. Ping. Shit. Okay, that started off bad, you see. People don't remember this, but yeah. See, you know how I said last time we once had a tour where we ended up the whole tour doing that dumb mini game before. This is the tour where we got stuck here for 5 years. But the problem is we did the last one. That's a thing we did. We have never done this one. What? No. Shit. No! 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 God! God! I choked! I choked so hard. Oh, I choked so hard. I only had to hit 6 more, and I missed like 5 shots in a row. I can't believe I choked so hard on that one. Shit. 15 arrows. Thank you for the 15 arrows. Ah. This is a fast introduction into Hyrule's favorite parts. Yeah, yeah. Addiction is the biggest thing in Hyrule. And especially addiction to mini games such as these, because you want to be the best. And some people think that these are rigged. I'm starting to agree with them, quite frankly. For God's sake. Ah, Jesus. There we go. Ah. Stop trotting, please. It's hard to hit them. Grab. Okay, we're just gonna stop that and redo that again, because if I miss the first kind of few, I kind of fail. Maybe we should go back to using the Lionel bow. I imagine use the Lionel bow for this shit. Okay. Here we go. The tour is on hold for a second in favor of winning. I'm terrible at motion controls. Like you think me shooting on this is bad. If I get the motion controls, that'd be even worse. Oops. I say that as I just miss a stationary object. Wait, are you not on the path? Jesus. Wait, you can stray off the path? Oh. I didn't actually know that. It's quite good to know. Missed it. I missed it again. Oh, I can just... I forgot I can do this, can't I? Okay. Missed. 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 Ah! Should we try it motion controls? I mean, I guess. Ah, this is crippling. The door! Where's my thing for this? There it is. Yes, yes, yes. No, I only hit 10. I get it. This is great. Yeah, the tour is just, you know, just give it a second. The tour, as always, will be back. We're just having a quick ad break or whatever. Yeah, 200. It's a good thing we got 3,000 rupees, isn't it? Otherwise. Here we go. Just having the motion controls, so maybe it will be better. Eh. Gah. Okay, no, motion controls is terrible. It's even worse. Can't have motion controls. Motion controls are never good in games. That's a tour guide tip for you right there. Motion controls, don't need them. Yes. I need it too. Shitting, I'm starting to hate you as much as all the other minigame guys are. Where's your encouragement? No one had nice things to say. Shield person, shield thing, whatever her name was, she was the nicest. Okay, this is a good start. Please turn around fast, Link. Ah, I missed it. No! I have to dodge those ones. Missed that one. No! God. Turn around! I was 2 away. Ah, damn it. Yeah, I did get it too, thank you. Not bad. Thank you for the 15 arrows. Yes, I do want to drill some more. These poor bows that we got for for like killing a bunch of like crazy guys. Maybe bomb arrows are the answer. Yeah, it's true. Maybe we'll use normal arrows for single targets, and then when there's more than 2, hit the goat. Classic Link, killing wildlife. Yep. Nice. Final bow. Fucking. Okay. Fuck. Fuck. Yes! Yes! Ah, thank God. Whew. As everyone knows, tour guide never in doubt. Never in doubt. Click skill. Yep.
Ah.
I do have some fire and some stubbornness. That's why I say targets seem to freeze when they concentrate on them. Yeah, I get it. Here's a gift. Thank you for the knight's bridle. Wow, that was very cool actually. Ah, oh, thank God. Right, back to the tour we go.
Oh.
Yep, yep, yep. Thank you. Right, as you can see, first try, we got we got him. As people don't really remember, so we always get everything first try. And we're gonna take a quick side route on this tour. Have a look at flowers. And see, this is a special type of flower. This is the moving flower, and you know what happens at the moving flower is that you find at the end of it a Korok. Thank you. And this is the spirit of the mountain, as you can see. This specific mountain. Every Korok you find underneath something or over something is because it's the spirit of that mountain. That's people don't remember. What people should do now is that they should sail back in for a nice long drive. Because what we're going to do next is we're going to find our way from this side of the mountain all the way through the jungle, which is a fun place to see. And we're going to go to Lowland Village first. Normally we go to Kakariko first, but I've kind of gone the complete wrong way for that, so we're going to go to Lowland first. Fun fact about the Lowland is that they used to all be Zora, but then they took a pact and cut off all their fins, and instead over time, via evolution, they turned into humans. Or Hylians, actually, not humans. Humans is the term here. Ah, isn't this place beautiful? Everyone, this is a lovely... Oh, actually, I don't know if you can see that over there, but that is what we call Camerupt, and Camerupt is a sassy lady who is beaming currently Hyrule Castle. And what happens is that that beam is full of nutrients. Because what Camerupt is doing is that she is actually feeding Hyrule Castle. Well, not many people know this, but Hyrule Castle is actually alive and kicking. And one has to. Am I going back the way I was? Yeah, I did. Okay. Hyrule is of course alive and kicking, and what one has to do is they have to feed it to keep it alive. Otherwise, if you don't feed it, all the walls collapse and then everyone dies. Because not many people know this either, but Hyrule Castle acts as the heart of all of Hyrule. If Hyrule Castle is destroyed, all of Hyrule starts to decay too. The trees will start to wither, the grass will start to decay, and as everyone knows, grass cures blindness, and so if grass is gone, then everyone is blind. Hello, citizen. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that shield there, but that shield is whoa.
Hi.
That shield is of a fish, and that fish represents Lowland Village, because what happens is people from Lowland come over to the stable to partake in the horse, camaraderie, and then they go back to their fishing village to fish for fish. As you see, Totsuna is on a journey pursuing the legends I've heard about dragons, and you see the dragons that we've already seen one today, which was Stormzy. There might be 3 others that we could see potentially. It all depends. As you can see on your bingo card in front of you, you should have some wildlife around Hyrule, and you can cross off Stormzy. You can also cross off the longhorned goat, and the lesser spotted horse, and all the things I've seen so far. And then once you get a nice line, you can call bingo out, and then we'll give you a sweaty handshake in return. Does this region full of monsters? It's true, Totsuna. I've already gone through the monsters. Thank you for talking about those, though. It's very nice. See, those Hylians aren't particularly very smart, because you see, Totsuna there had a shield on her back that she could have been using to protect herself from the rain. However, she decided not to. And that's because she's an idiot. Well, we've got this other person here on the journey. Hello there, Mishi. For some reason, she always seems to attract monsters. There are a lot of monsters near the stable too. She is wrong, actually, ladies and gentlemen, for we have already gone through in a previous tour and killed all those monsters, so it is safe and sound. Usually the paths are quite safe for human travel. Sometimes they are, they are the home to some thieves and evildoers, but luckily our tour guides act as defenders of the land. Assuming the horse jumping guy at the stable. If that is the case, that is true. A guy at the stable is indeed a monster. Oh, I believe you're seeing some more lesser spotted deers, which are becoming more and more spotted. We might have to start calling them spotted deers. You see, this is something we should talk about. This here is what we like to call a Shrinerino. And a Shrinerino is important to the history of Hyrule. See, back in the olden times, around 198 years ago, when Hylia was building stuff, she thought, man, what would be cool? Glow sticks. And obviously, she couldn't have glow sticks. She couldn't just hand out glow sticks because that's not her style. So she created her own glow stick in the form of a building, and those buildings were called Shrinerinos. And you see this eye right there? That is because that eye stands for I see you, and it's called the I see you eye because it's the eye of Hylia actually, and she was always looking down on you. And then this is a Hylian tear, and a tear is meant to if you drink Hylia's tears, you become powerful. What's as soon as the tongue sticking out below the eye? You see, this is a common misconception. You see, this could be a tear. It could also be a tongue. Many people have said different theories. You see, if it's a tear, you drink it and then you gain power. If it's a tongue, you let it lick you, and then the eye gains power to give to the next person who sees it as a tear. You see, everyone, if you come in with as a duo, one person will see it as a tear, one person will see it as a tongue, and there's a trio, or a trio, as they say. Someone will see it as a tear, two people will see it as a tongue. It's just how that works. But we'll continue on our journey further into the jungle, Farron jungle, I think. The Zonai ruins, actually. We're in the woods right now, and the wood is home to many horrible beasts, such as the Zalfos. Luckily, as always, our tour guides are trained in the art of sword. This is to make sure that our people on our tours are as safe as possible. You can see this woman, she didn't even care, Mishi. And she is also running straight towards danger. There's a reason why out of all of the races here in Hyrule, Hylians have the lowest population. They have the highest population because they also have the highest reproduction rate. You see, I believe in your land they say breed like rabbits. Here we say breed like Hylians because they just keep on producing. But yeah, she's not the smartest. However, guess who's back? It's Chu Min Fu and Bramble. How are you guys doing? I told you. They come back every now and again. They're always here. You see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but Chu Min Fu doesn't have any feet. I mean, doesn't have any shoes. He does have feet, actually. That'd be quite concerning if he didn't have any feet. But he doesn't have any shoes, and there's a reason for this. See, Chu Min Fu is actually blind. He eats grass, and for some reason, it just doesn't work on him. So what happens is that he sees things through sensing them through his feet. Um, he feels all of the vibrations of the floor, and then that's how he visualizes things in front of him. He also has his guide donkey here, Bramble, to lead the way, which is ironic because Bramble is always behind him. But this is another way to, if you'd like to browse any goods on the way before we make it to the souvenir shop at the end. He's got the same five things like usual. If you want to buy another bright-eyed crab or whatever you can here. If not, we will move on. But I will take in a drink of luscious Highland tea in the meantime. And you know what? Just in case you don't think that we don't give back to the people here, we will buy one of your palm fruits. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chu Min Fu, for your palm fruit. There's nothing else I need, my good friend. I will see you around. Probably. We don't actually know. So, we'll continue our tour through the lovely forest. I don't know if you guys know this, but the forest was actually made by Hylia herself. What happens is that she likes trees, Hylia. And so, whenever she can, she just kind of makes more trees. And the more trees she makes, the more trees we have, and the more trees we have, eventually becomes a forest, and then that forest could then become a jungle, which is what has happened here. So there's something you can take home to your kids. Hylia loves trees. Hey buddy, you're dead. I mean, not dead, obviously. You know, no one dies here on this tour. They merely cease to exist. And this is, of course, the spirit Korok of this skull. For this was actually the mother of this Korok. It's hard to know, but if you'd like to know the reason why Koroks have leaves over their heads, is because a Korok lives with their mother until the mother dies, and when the mother dies, she then becomes a leaf. That's the only thing that is left of her, and so to hang on to the last memory of their mother, the Korok will wear the leaf of their dead mother. It's quite a sad story, not one to tell your children, but it's the truth, nothing but the truth. That's the thing. That's why they're so happy all the time, because they need to make sure that they're always happy and keeping in with the spirit that their mother once had. Of course, a Korok's lifespan only lasts about 10 seconds, and therefore it's very quickly snuffed out for the next person. Let's continue on with the tour. Are you, yeah, there you are. Mish, whatever your name is. Ah, they're perfect. That's exactly what I can see. Look at this nice area. I don't mind the fact we have just run over some poor boys. This is the start of the jungle, ladies and gentlemen. You may take your snaps here of the very start of when the forest becomes the jungle. It's very seamless, Hyrule's ecosystem. It's a very nice, gentle transition from tree to jungle tree. Very nice, and of course, these are the jungle swans, from time to time. And so this is a very unique contraption here. You see, the residents of the jungle, the natives of this jungle, are not very friendly. They will attack you on sight, and that's because this specific jungle is the site of an ancient burial ground. It's a very large burial ground spanning the entire jungle, and every time we set foot here, it is considered treason, and therefore they must enact upon us to get rid of the bad jujus that we so-called create. Luckily, we have a deal here with the natives of this land. If they do attack us and we kill them, it's fine. And if they attack us and kill us, then it's fine. We have a mutual agreement of survival of the fittest here. These ruins are useful. They are interesting because they depict a story. You see, here you can see here, but this is a there's pillars here, and see these are the 4 pillars of society. You see on the left here you have order, next to order you have justice, next to justice you have integrity, and next to integrity you have honor. And those are the 4 pillars of society here for the natives. Those are the 4 things that they deem as justice, you know, as their that's their 4 things that they believe in. We will continue going into this specific ruin because it's quite interesting just to see the kind of rock formations that they so make. And we will now have a nice ad for a magic show. This is Carly the clown, our magician. She comes around to make sure that everyone's having a good time. Hello Carly, how you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Okay, magic show's over. We like to have Carly around whenever she wants to, but we have to make sure that she doesn't go a bit too overboard in the old magic. We once had a child never return after she did one of her tricks. Quite the lawsuit, that one. Anyway, we're going to continue on. We're going to actually go on foot now, just so we can see the sheer size of some of these large artifacts and statues and that kind of thing. Here's the electric choo-choo, which are normally harmless once they've gotten rid of their electricity, but once they get it back up again, they are quite dangerous. Local headline, Hylian thug murders magician. I'll have you know everything here on this tour is meticulously planned, and there are no surprises here on this tour. That is merely an event. We have said no one shall die on this tour. Everyone simply ceases to exist, which is different, I assure you. For example, that is a trick I like to call the spinning spear. Alec likes to do that to all of his the new tour people to make sure that they get what's being thrown down. And you see, that might seem like that choo-choo just kind of exploded and died. Not the case, you see. He's simply being reincarnated as jelly. It's still sentient, but that jelly is useful for many things, such as the making of Play-Doh. Play-Doh is quite a large commodity here in Hyrule, and it is made by the choo-choos and that kind of things. See, here is where we have a slight disagreement with the locals. They say we're trespassing on their ancient burial ground, and we say we're just trying to do a tour, man. But luckily, as usual, we have the dog-eat-dog world of so long as we kill them before they kill us, we're fine. Unfortunately, here's the thing. People always think that Link will die, and that's just a false assumption. You see, Link is sturdier than most people, and he makes sure that anything that he does is always well calculated. You know, if he dies, it's because he's calculated the fact that if he dies and comes back, he'll be in a better position than if he didn't die, you know. And Link never dies, you see, that's the thing, that's why we keep him around. He might be the worst in terms of direction, in terms of general personality, but he makes up for it in just a will to never give up, you know, and that's something that we can all learn from Link, the will to never give up, despite everyone thinking that he's not the hero of time. As always, he keeps on saying every now and again, I'm the hero of time, I'm the hero of time. And sometimes it gets a bit grating, you know. We can humor him as many times as he wants it to be. But if he says it too many times, then I'm afraid we're going to have to just ignore him, really. Ignoring Link is probably the best way to stop his incessant ramblings about being the hero of time. In any case, we have defeated the locals, the native tribe here, and continued on. This is the ruin. This is the middle of the ancient burial ground in which the natives have buried their long lost relatives, and people say it's a bad omen to stomp around here. But we say otherwise. We say it's actually good luck to be around here, and therefore, whenever we can, we walk around here, stomp all over it, and try and create as much noise as possible. Which, for some reason, annoys the locals, but that's fine. You see, this is the bit in the tour where we like to give you a bit of action, because there's a lot of driving around, there's a lot of nice chill atmospheres, but at the end of the day, this is an educational tour, and therefore we must educate you in the art of killing. This is also a nice place to farm for goblin guts, and you see, that might seem like quite a adverse commodity to be dealing with, you know, guts of people and what have you. However, it's actually used in medicinal potions and that kind of thing. It's basically you kill one person to save another, and in our opinion, the goblins aren't people, so was killing a monster to save a person, and to me that sounds like a very good idea. So these large structures, some of them have been taken apart, but most of them are still intact. They depict the gods that these locals believe in, and those gods are their names are, of course, this depicts Froggo. This depicts Dango, and Froggo and Dango are a pair who resemble. I don't know if you ever heard of the yin and yang, I believe your people like to call it. The Froggo and Dango are a bit like the yin and yang. You see, Froggo is the good force and Dango is of course the bad force. That's why whenever you see a bunch of goblins stub his toe, he goes, "Oh, Dango," because he's cursing the god of bad fortune, of course. I'm going to follow this river down, because we're going to end up in a special place on the tour that we like to bring our visitors to, and that is the Spring of Courage. And you see, the Spring of Courage is interesting because it depicts what we like to call the Triforce. And the Triforce is a triangle, basically, and a triangle is a shape. And you see, this shape, in particular, the triangle, is interesting as it represents the Trinity of virtues that any person who wants to save the world must have. That is courage, wisdom, and power. You see, long ago, when the world was created, a whole 200 years ago, I know it's a long time, but bear with me, the world was only created 200 years ago, and Hylia needed someone, or needed three things to bestow upon someone in order to save the world, and she thought that power, wisdom, and courage were definitely the ones. Obviously, stealth is not one of them, which is why most of the time you will see some people, such as Link, just brazenly running into battle. And what we're going to do now, I was going to take a quick break from this visual kind of tour, see if anyone has any questions about, I don't know, just life in Hyrule in general. I feel like we've gone through a lot of the history of Hyrule, or the religion and that kind of thing. But Link needs to eat, and so we will let him eat. And I need to take a drink of tea. My voice is going to kill itself. I'm at the speed of this tour up I'm very conscious of time. We're 2 hours in, and I've gone nowhere. Right. We're gonna skip past all these angry people to get to the main part of this tour. At least this section of the tour, you see. Don't mind if Link gets, you know, electrocuted and that kind of thing. It's very durable. So that's a moblin. And moblins were made because the world hates us. They're not the smartest. Okay, I think he was just moving whilst whilst frozen, which is surprising. Okay. So this is the this is a statue to Hylia. We can pray, get her blessings and whatnot. She says to everyone, bring peace to Hyrule. And you see, that is a common phrase that people will be saying around here. Here's another Shrine Arena if you'd like to take a picture. Another Shrine Arena, which I've already discussed.
Daruk's protection is now ready to roll.
But, thank you, Daruk. Yeah, bringing peace is a common phrase you'll hear due to, of course, the calamity and whatnot. But most importantly, it's bringing peace in yourself. You know, Lady Hylia was always a woman who found solace in meditation and finding yourself out in the wilderness, and that's why there's so much wilderness around here. There's very few towns. The town to wilderness ratio is heavily in the wilderness ratio side of things, and not particularly interesting. That probably happens in most places. However, there's a reason specifically for this, and that's because Hylia values you finding yourself out on your own adventure. Such as the adventure we're going on right now. And what we'll do here is we're going to come back to the path that we strayed from before, and continue it down to Lowland Village, which will be the first village on our journey. I think we can actually take a shortcut. This is the thing about being a tour guide for so long, you just know all of the little ins and outs to try and get yourself back onto the path that we have chosen. There's one thing you need to know about our tour guide assistant Link, is that he is blessed by the gods, is what he likes to say, but we just think he's quite lucky. He has been given the power to do a couple of things, such as summon bikes out of thin air, which I don't know if you noticed, but not many people in Hyrule can do it. It's rather surprising, I know, I'm sure where you come from, people summoning bikes like it's nobody's business, but here it doesn't happen too often. But let's get back onto the old pathway. We are quite far away from Lowland still, that's fine. Are we going the right way? We're going the wrong way. I mean, we're not going the wrong way. We never go the wrong way. Here on this tour, we are only ever going forward, moving forward, that's the thing. Whether it is physically or mentally, we're moving forward, as everyone should. This is Sargon Bridge, and Sargon Bridge is interesting because people died here. There's a raft there, someone's died. I normally would talk about this more in depth, but you should get to Lurlin before we waste too much time, because there's culture to be had. Hope you're liking the jungle. This will be the one and only jungle we head through today. But it's very humid here. Temperatures can come up to about 44 degrees That's Celsius, which in Fahrenheit roughly translate to about 1,272, I believe, if my maths is correct. On your left, you can see some trees. They're there. There's also more ruins from the locals, of course, and another tower. And this one was not built by our boy Hank, who turned into a bear, as you'll remember. Well, that's pretty hot. Yes, indeed, pretty hot. It's true. Is that Beedle? Wow, look at him. Perfect. He really likes it here. I'm sure he does. As everyone remembers, I've already told you the story about Beedle, how he's a convicted murderer. You know how it is. I made it to Lakeside Stable, which is another stop that we have on our journey, so we can fill up our tank for the next lot of adventuring to do. Now, no one really knows about this, but Hyrule bikes can be fueled with quite a lot of different things. You know, apples, rocks, bananas, anything you can find really. A Hyrule bike can be fueled with, which makes it very easily accessible for people who have bikes. Unfortunately, there's a very small population of the world which actually owns bikes. I'd say a whole one person owns a bike. It's very good. Anyway, here's Shay. Shay is the owner of this Lakeside Stable. He used to be an assassin back in his youth, but as old age got to him, he decided to settle down and open up a stable. Ask for a map, of course. You see, he's asking about Dueling Peaks, and Dueling Peaks is quite famous, at least to him. It's very near and dear to his heart. For that was where he had his most monumental assassination, which is of a dragon, as you can see. Legends say a dragon god split the mountain in half. Not true, actually. He's speaking rubbish here. Shay, as time's gone on, he's gone a bit weird in the head, you see. It was not a dragon god which split the mountain in half. It was actually a dragon spirit which sliced the mountain into two. Quite a common misconception there. But recently, some people are even saying they've seen the shadow of a large creature on the surface of Lake Floria. You see, that is entirely true. You see, it's not all bad from Shay. There's indeed. You see, there is another dragon who comes through here. It might actually be the same dragon that we've seen before. But what happens is, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we'll be able to see him today. For this, on this tour. But if you want to come to a second tour to try and find the dragon, what he does is that he comes right over that waterfall. And he comes under the bridge, or over the bridge. He goes over the bridge and flies up there. It's quite the sight indeed. But even without the dragon here, it is still a very nice spot to take a picture. So what we'll do here is we'll park up the old GTX 500 and we'll get off here. Take a nice picture. This is, of course, a picture spot for everyone who likes to take a picture, as Link is demonstrating here. He will have one of his famous poses. You see, Link is, you know, he thinks he's much cooler than he actually is. But we don't like to say anything about it just in case. We will replace the picture with that. That's much nicer. Perfect. Sure, you got all your snaps, all of your pics that you would like to here on the waterfall. It's a very nice place. I like to come here sometimes to think about life and the very small amount of income I get from doing these tours. It's quite a hard life here in Hyrule. However, this is a man who you might not think is important, but he actually is. Spinch. That's his name. Best not defend the fellow enemy of electric arrow head. It's true. It's fine. Link's used to it by now. He needs to get his rounds in before he's able to do these tours on his own. So right now he's only an assistant. So it's fine. What are the local delicacies in these parts? Thank you for asking. Actually, for this is ties in well to segue into Spinch here, because Spinch is a farmer, and he grows something called spinchage. Spinchage is a delicacy here in these jungles, and spinchage is a kind of long leek-like vegetable that you can put into soup or combine it with some kind of rice and egg, and it's got a kind of slightly bitter taste to it, and that kind of teeters out savory foods. You get it in crepes sometimes. Just get a bit of a spinach crepe. Um, it's quite hard to say for people who aren't around the area, but that's what he does. Are you recording this for your coursework? Yeah, I wish I could use this for coursework. As you can see, his name's Spinch, his horse's name is Spinch, and they call them the Spinches. Improv Creative Writers should get you some. I wish it did. And Spinch is also quite famous for his act, the Spinches. And the Spinches is a traveling band, a traveling duo actually, of a horse and a man. These two, both called Spinch. And what they do is they are. Have you ever heard of sword swallowers? Sword swallowers. They're the same, but with spinchage. What the fuck do they call it? So, what they do is spinchage is very long leek. They say it's about maybe 1.5 foot is usually one spinchage, and what they do is they they do the sword swallowing thing of they just eat a whole spinach whole, sometimes even two at the same time. It's quite crazy. Of course, Spinch the horse can hold a lot more spinach than a Spinch the human, but it's quite the show. People come from far and wide to revel in his act, or their act rather. Thank you, Spinch, and Spinch. See you later. So we're going to continue our way over to wherever we're going. Lowland, the fishing town. However, before we do that, somebody needs our help, and if anything is known about tour guides, it's that they have a willingness to help the people. And Link did what we like to call a rope-a-dope, which means you hit a dude in the air, then land back on your bike, and then the freeze undoes him and then he falls on the ground. Classic rope-a-dope strategy. Farron Woods. Yes, we have jokes here on the tour, as always. We also have deforestation. We'll see what these people are doing out here, why they're out here as well. Of course they're saved, as always. Us tour guides, we're here to save the people. Traveled for months in search of a flower called the Silent Princess. See, I can explain this. The Silent Princess is a flower, as this man has said. However, a common misconception is that it has always been a flower. This is actually false. You see, back in the olden times, when the world was born, a whole 200 years ago, it's quite far in the past. I don't know if you know about it. There was a princess, and her name was Princess Silent. And you see, she got her name ironically because she's actually quite a loudmouth. And she was princess of a castle, of a tower, actually. The tower, I don't know if you saw it, it was by those ruins back there. You can just see in the distance. So she was princess of that tower. And she was famous because she had never married before, and she'd never been in an arranged marriage. What she said was she put forward a kind of competition, you could say, that people would go into the jungle and try and win her favor. But they would only be able to do this via who could collect the largest bouquet of flowers, and the one with the largest flowers could then go into the next round, and then finally went down to two people. Their names were Brandon and Landon, and you see Brandon and Landon were twins, and they were florists beforehand, so they knew how to pick up flowers, and so they obviously destroyed the competition until it was just them two. And um, what happened was they got into a slight fight over the princess's favor. Of course, they both wanted her favor, but the princess could only marry one, is what she said. And despite them having the same size bouquet of practically, it was magnificent. The bouquet, such a large structure of flower, um, but they couldn't make a winner. And so the princess, in her infinite wisdom, said a fight to the death must be um, done, but only using flowers as weapons. And so, in the end, after a very tense battle, um, where two brothers had to go against each other, two twins, separated at birth, but still connected at the hip via, brotherly love. They had to fight to the death in order to win the princess's favor, and it ended with Landon with a very long blade of grass connected at the end like a daisy or something, um, tying it around. Could I say Landon had? Was it Landon? Landon had the large blade of grass, and he tied it around Brandon's neck, and unfortunately just kept on pulling until finally Brandon breathed his last breath. And it was only until Brandon had fallen did Landon see just what he had done, and um, out of hatred for himself and guilt, he then ate the grass with the daisy on it. And as everyone knew at the time, Landon was horribly allergic to daisy, specifically consuming daisies, and so he died there too. And then, because of this horrible tragedy, in front of the princess, she wept all of her tears away, and then became a flower, and that was called the Silent Princess. For she could not speak anymore because she was a flower, despite doing it. No. The princess couldn't speak, for she turned into a flower, of course. As what happens when you see two brothers kill themselves. Um, it is a tragic. Most of the stories here are tragic indeed. Hyrule as a kingdom is um, just you know riddled with darkness and depression. It's quite sad, but we'll get into some more fun stories around Lowland Village. Anyway, so that's a story around the Silent Princess. That's why Ty is looking for it. I guess I don't really know. Legend has it if you swear your love before it's freshly plucked blossom, you and your partner will live a charm. Of course, yeah, because of the story, the myth around it. Yeah,
Oh.
whatever. So far and wide is all for naught. What a shame. We do have upwards of about, like, I don't know. We have quite a lot of Silent Princesses on us, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we have 16 of them, but we're not about to give them to Ty because I don't know if you know this, but Ty is a registered. not gonna finish that one. It's mean. Ty's a nice guy, but we don't want to give him our Silent Princesses. Anyway, forward we go. Yeah, he is a registered sex offender. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to say it, but should we go to Tough Mountain's not? It, normally, if we had more time, we go to Tough Mountain, but it's just basically the story around Tough Mountains is that hey, instead, never mind. We will talk to our buddy, Chumin Fu. You see, we've seen Chumin Fu surprisingly more times than I thought we would. As we all know, Chumin Fu is the trader who trades in his tree art, but also other things, but mainly his tree art, which is only bought by Auntie Branch. But he still likes to try and sell to everyone else. But when he doesn't, he has other things in his backpack just so he can make ends meet. Of course, he's also blind and he sees things through the tremors in the ground. And Bramble, his donkey, is his guide donkey, although for some reason travels behind him. Of course, everyone remembers that. In any case, would anyone like to buy some? I don't know. What's he having on it?
Oh.
Some palm fruit. God, I need to take another drink. My throat. Ah, buy a mighty porgy off you, mate. Yeah, you got it. Oh, good.
Nah.
See you around. Ah, you see this?
Oh,
This man is important. I was gonna say your voice is gonna be wrecked, but this, yeah, it is.
hey.
It's already pre-wrecked. This man, called Traveller, not to be confused with being an actual traveller, his name's Traveller, looking to buy bananas. You see, this is a classic ploy that the Yiga clan do to, to, you know, can we actually buy 99? Hmm. Anyway, I was thinking maybe we want to buy him. I don't know. Classic. A classic Ono Bandit is true. And see, they're angry. As we know, as we've already said, the clan are due to believe in deforestation, or don't believe, think deforestation is bad, because Link is quite up for, you know, wreaking havoc onto the land. They don't particularly like him very much, and so good to kill him. He also killed their boss, but we don't think it's about that. I think it's mainly about the tree thing. In any case, we're going to continue our adventure. Oh, hold up everybody. Get those bingo cards ready, because I believe we've run into a... See, it says water buffalo here, but it's actually wrong. It's actually a long-horned boar. You might think boars are the kind of piggish looking things. It's actually wrong. This is a long-horned boar. And the long-horned boar usually has a diet of blue-eyed crabs and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But unfortunately, you can't find many Yu-Gi-Oh cards around here, so it's normally crabs. I'm going to give it a nice wide berth, because everyone knows that when they're angry, they are known to reach speeds of about 25 miles per hour to chase down people. Speaking of chasing down people, what a great segue that is. Someone needs our help! And Link is always ready to lend a hand, I think. Always ready to lend a hand. Always ready to lend a hand. There we go. Perfect. Hello there, citizen. It's Regan, of course. We love Regan. He is a surfer, obviously. He won the championships actually a couple of years ago. Well, he lived the rest of life in that thing's stomach. It's true. The natives do like to eat people around here. Lots of cannibalism. Have any fancy reward for you? That's fine. We will take your egg fried rice. See, people don't really know this, but Regan can't swim despite being a surfer. It's a very, it's a, it's a very counterbalance kind of job he leads. Can't get off the surfboard. That's why he's so good at it, actually. Does it contain spinaches? It does indeed, actually, the egg fried rice. As you all know, spinaches looks goes very well with egg and rice, as I said before. I think I did, actually. I mean, of course I did. I know everything about this game and what happens here. We are going down to Lowland Village. And yeah, so Lowland Village has actually been destroyed once before by the almighty Kraken, which lives out in the sea. It went onto the land because it thought it could, you know, walk, and obviously it can't, and therefore the village banded together to defeat the foul creature, not without it destroying their village, but they built it back up, and here it is today. And here is the town doggo. His name's Harvey. Hello, Harvey. How you doing, buddy? We're actually gonna feed this doggo, because the good thing about towns, cities, villages here in Hyrule is that there's a strong sense of community, and so this this doggo is not just someone's doggo, it's the town's doggo, it's the people's doggo. And so we'll go ahead and we'll drop a few apples on the floor for this guy. Because the more you give everyone, the more you receive, as is the way of the life. So yeah, that's beautiful. You see, there's a strong sense of camaraderie here in this town. And you see, now that we've given this guy apples, he does his little dancey dance where he runs around Link. Not because his pathfinding's a bit weird. But he's now going to lead us somewhere. It is to the gates of salvation, where we can finally ascend to godhood. Is what I like to say. Doggos, unfortunately, do not own that kind of power. However, he does know where chests are. And this is where I get to show you something quite crazy. You might not know about technology here in Hyrule, but we've come leaps and bounds since using sticks to hit trees. And we have something called magnesis, which is where we use our iPads to tie into the radio waves within the Earth, and we then triangulate that with the hypotenuse of the trees to create a magnetic field in which we can pull things out of the ground. And we get a star fragment, and star fragments are important because there's a species of people here called ETs, and ETs always want to go home. They are trapped in square boxes of blue, and the only way to get to defeat the blue is by throwing a star fragment at it. Letting technology do the heavy lifting, literally. See, it's true. It is indeed amazing. So Sebasto is a fisherman of this village, in case you don't know. They are in a bit of a bind, of course. Monsters have taken over the best fishing spots. It's a tragic thing, actually, that as the monsters have gotten larger in number due to the calamity, they have taken up hobbies that we deemed are like, our pastimes. And so the goblins are now fishing, riding horses, playing ping pong. It's disgusting, really. They used to be able to pull in a good haul at Aris Beach. Yep. I don't have a story about Aris Beach. I wish I did. And you see, this is what I like to call an empty promise. We do this quite often here in Hyrule. We say we'll do something, and then we don't do it. The good thing is that nobody here ever chases you up on missions. They just say, do it whenever you can. And that's the kind of, relaxed, lenient outlook on life that we should all have, Could you do this for me? Yeah, I will. Okay, great. Do it whenever you want to. And then things will get done eventually, So, as you can see, local folk do seem they are very chilled. That is because of the legalization of marijuana here in the town. They give it out like hotcakes, I believe is the term. How do they like to spend their time? They spend their time in various ways. They like swimming, they like surfing, but the main pastime here in this village is what they like to call fish hooks. Fish hooks is a game they like to play. You can play it with 1 to 10 people. You need a lot of fish though. I'd say you need about 10 fish. It's about a fish per person, and normally whoa, wait a second. I don't know if you saw that, but we just picked up a hardy lizard there. And these hardy lizards, they're I don't know if you can see it right there. These hardy lizards are crazy because they can hover in the air. You see that? We're not actually touching it, but he's stuck there. Like he's grabbing onto something that isn't there. That is the crazy things about the hardy lizards. You can put that on your bingo card. But where was I? Oh yes, fish hooks. So you need about a fish per person. I'd say a kind of hearty, porgy would probably do the trick, or a mighty carp. We'll go for a mighty carp because I have those in my inventory. And so you get about a mighty carp size each, and you get a fish hook. And what you do is you hook the tail of the fish, and then you tie the fish hook to a line of fishing, a fishing line. That's what they're called. And you then throw it around your head like you do a kind of lasso, and you throw it. And what there'll be out in the water is there'll be one of these boxes, and the boxes will have the top opened, and you try and get your fish into the box. Or if you don't manage to get it in the box, it is whoever's closest wins. It's a bit like balls, if you ever played that on like the beach or what have you. And it's fish hooks as their main pastime.
Daruk's protection is now ready to roll.
The gambling place here. Good question. A question of which I will answer right now. There is indeed a gambling place, as is the tradition here in Hyrule. If you can gamble, we will make you gamble. That's a slogan, and it is right around here. Yeah, take my money is another one. Is it? No, it's not. That's the inn. Have good beds there, made out of fish scales. Where is the here we go. So if you see these symbols outside, underground dogfighting. We don't have underground. We do have underground moblin riding though. That is something that we do have around here. This guy, Cloyne, is a respectable man with a respectable establishment, and he has something called Choice of Three, which is you give in money to potentially take money back. And what we like to do now is we normally let you, tour people go and waste your money. I mean, spend your money to potentially get money back. However, because this is a visual representation, due to the fact that Calamity Ganon has stopped any and all journeys to Hyrule, this is a visual representation where we live vicariously through Link. This is your chance to pick which of the 3 chests we should have Link take. Do you think it is left, right, or middle? It's up to you people, as I try and stop my hurting throat. I've run out of tea. God damn it. Right. I will die if I don't. Left. Okay, great. We've got 1 vote for left. And what you can do here is if you what Link likes to do is if you press your ear against the chest, you can kind of hear the rupees singing a song. They sing Amazing Grace. That's what they like to sing in chests. Do you think so? I don't know if you can you hear Amazing Grace? Just potentially. I hear something in there. It's like we're gonna run out of cash anytime soon. Yeah, obviously. And unfortunately, like always, the audience is always wrong. And Cloyne is quite frankly, he knows what he's doing around here. But we are going to continue to do this until we do get some money back. Not exactly all of our money back, but we need to hit the $1 million question, you know. So we'll do it one more time. What do you think? Where is this bokoblin riding I was promised? We'll find it eventually. We'll do one or more of these chest things though. Middle path, as a wise man once said. Okay, Smokey. That sound good to the rest of the tour? I'm sure it's fine. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, that worked, man. Crazy. I mean, of course, as planned. On the last one we do, we always get all of our rupees back. Crazy. Right, thank you, Cloyne, for your lovely bargaining. I appreciate it, quite frankly. Right. Can I add? Take a quick break on the tour, because I need to get some water from downstairs because my throat is killing me and I've run out of tea. So I'll be back in a second. Listen to the nice ocean breeze or whatever, and we'll continue our tour in like literally 2 seconds. Okay. I procured some nice seawater. It's great for the lungs, they say. I'll come back to the square and pick you guys up, obviously. Glad this roleplay is working out. Where's the square? Actually, I should always know that as the tour guide. Or the beach. Anyway, okay. This is the square. Welcome back to the tour. Aha! I know just where we're going to go next to get the full experience. Great, good. Come with me and Link, and we'll continue our tour. You see, we could just go around the beach. However, when in Lowland, do as the Lowland do. And what we'll do here is we will don't have a Korok leaf. Well, it's fine. Okay. This is what we like to call no. This is what we like to call deep sea fishing, or chests, and what have you. But we will also do something crazy right here. You see, as everyone knows. Oh, can I not? Okay, I thought we could move this without a Korok leaf. There we go. Oh, here we can. We're going to use something, a new invention that people like to use. Ah, can this not be moved? Shit. Okay, never mind. There's a malfunction on the thing. Legend of the Water, yes, Legend of the Water. Be right back. I'm the answer that takes me about calls on the tour. That's fine. Oh! Look at this, everybody. When the sky is encased in a deep red, we have someone to talk about that. Actually, we have a cutscene.
The blood moon rises once again. Please be careful.
Thank you. That was our voiceover expert, Zelda. She deals with some of the parts of the tour that we can't ourselves. So just talking about the blood moon. Now the blood moon is a kind of new thing that's come recently, but it does tie into this haunted raft. So it's a good thing that it came when it did, because the blood moon is a let's just say a memento that Lolia is still around and kicking. Because what she does is that she is oh, by the way, this new technology as well. We freeze things from our iPads. I don't know if you know that. But Lolia conjures up a red moon to because normally, unlike Hylia, who's like all-seeing, Lolia can't see unless it's a blood moon, and so what happens is she conjures up a blood moon every now and again just to keep an eye on the world to see how it's doing and to try and plot her revenge on Hylia, who you know, caged her and put her into a job for her entire lifetime as a god, which is guarding the underworld. But from that, check out Kilton over here, and Kilton is a friend of ours, a friend of the tours. He is the guy who organizes the Moblin riding. He does indeed sell hoodies. That is his main thing. He's our kind of merch guy. He will also be the man at the end who will be giving out all the souvenirs. He's the souvenir shop basically. So we will say hello to him now, just so you know his face, remember his name or how he talks. But yeah, we'll actually see his wares later. As you can see here, the sea went a bit purple there. Can we take a selfie? You can indeed take a selfie with him. Link will demonstrate that right now, actually. No, Link, that's a bad one. Link doesn't know very many poses, I must say. There you get him just peeking out of his curtain there. Beautiful. Will he get bad? No. You see, Kilton actually has a very high threshold for annoyances. He's got very high tolerance to that kind of stuff. He's quite the nice guy. We enjoy his company. Really good at chess, actually, Kilton. Just a fun fact for you. Right, so we'll continue our tour, I think. Is there anything anyone would like to see and do here in Lowland while we're here? Like catch crabs, for instance. So I do believe we've seen a lot of people. Oh, we might talk to a lot more people. It's true. We haven't seen too many of them. I see a Gerudo, which is an interesting, but not quite surprising turn of events. You see, they normally live in Gerudo Town, but every now and then they venture out. Can't always be in the same place. And we'll do. Well, many people think it's a sin, which is waking people up, especially strangers that we don't know. But Flavi does not want to wake up, which is fine, I guess. It is night, actually, so I don't think we'll be able to talk to anyone, which is quite sad. Have a look around, why not? Hello? Ah, here we go. Arms is also a hike up Tough Mountain. We can indeed, actually. Sure, let's have a hike up Tough Mountain. I hope everyone's brought their hiking gear, their pickaxes, their hiking shoes, harnesses, that kind of thing. Of course, yeah, laces boots. Of course, Link here is a train climber. That's his specialty, and therefore he will lead the way and doesn't need a harness. Now, I don't know if you can see, but it's raining. I was going to say something else, but it's now raining, which is going to make this climb harder, but I still believe it's doable. I believe in everyone here on the tour. We've only had 74 accidents so far in the 20 tours we've done so far, which is I would say it's quite impressive. So, if you'd like to know, this T-shirt, the lobster T-shirt, will be available at the souvenir shop at the inn as well. If you'd like to know, we are Lobster Incorporated, the Hyrule Tours company. That's what we do. So there's obviously a trick to hiking and rock climbing in general. Link tends to brazenly just run up mountains and thinks that his stamina will pull through, which it normally does. But to us, lesser known hikers who much pick out certain spots in which we'll be able to stand back up on to make sure that we do not fall down. I would say also, don't look down, ladies and gentlemen. The more you look down, the harder it is to continue your climb, for we will be getting quite high. This is a good starting rock, or starting climb for in the future. We may climb some more steep cliffs, some more snowy mountains, that kind of thing. So getting used to the feel of climbing is obviously a good idea. And at top of Tough Mountain, like usual, you have a nice opportunity for some photo ops and that kind of thing. If any questions about Tough Mountain in general, I can't remember if I told a story about this or not. I don't know, but I'm sure I'll be able to answer them. And Link will, I'm sure, will be able to stare wide-eyed and blankly at him. Why is it called Tough Mountain? That's a very good question. You see, back in the olden days, as all good stories start in this store, back in the olden days, when the world was created a whole 200 years ago, there was a man called Darren Tuft and his wife Margaret Tuft. And you see, Darren was a man of invention, but his wife was a woman of hiking prowess. And what happened was, she said to Darren one day, she was like, "I've climbed all of the mountains I can find. They were piss easy, but I would like a new challenge." And so Darren said, "Don't you worry about it, love. I've got you." And he built this mountain himself. Actually, it's a man-made mountain called Tough Mountain. The chick does sound awesome. She was actually this mountain is named after her, for she was the first person to have traversed it. And it is a monument of love, which is why at the top, Darren also crafted this nice, lovely heart lake. He did carve out the love lake as well. I don't know if you also saw him in the background, Stormzy the dragon. There he is. You just see him back there. He was doing his nice rounds. We talked to people up here. I hope you know this man. Precious, we love Darren. Yeah, we do. A very nice couple. We've had them on a couple of tours actually, delivering their stories and whatnot. Great people. So this man Wabbin, Wabbin here is a frequenter of Tuft Mountain. Respect all Wabbin. He's a frequenter of Tuft Mountain, and he's in the need of a bit of help, you see. And he wants to have the courage to talk to this lovely Garuda lady over here. And we all know, or are Wabbin. We all know a Wabbin, or we are a Wabbin ourselves, and sometimes we don't think that we have, the confidence, the courage to go ahead and talk to someone, or do something, or be confident in our own work, that kind of thing. And so we put in this nice little event just to show you that it is indeed capable, or everyone's capable of having that courage to take the first step into something that they think they'll be able to do. So Wabbin here, he's about to work up the courage. His name is Wabbin, in case you don't know. Man up, Wabbin. Apparently, he lost his way earlier. But when he closed his eyes for a minute, he opened them and saw the most beautiful woman he'd ever seen. And this happens quite often here on Tough Mountain. They say that if a couple comes up here to Tough Mountain and swims in the love lake, they will be together forever. There's the myth, or potentially the legend surrounding this mountain. the toughs have never broken up in all their long lives due to this mountain. So there's always a hint of truth even in the biggest of myths. Apparently at first he thought he was dreaming, that she was a ghost, but she is still there, walking around. So skinny dipping, yes. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the kind of contract that you signed before going on this tour, but yeah, it is mandatory skinny dipping. I still have a first light for Wabbit. Link first. I'll be honest with you, you don't even need to say that. As soon as we say the word skinny dipping, he's already there. You have your floaties ready. Perfect. How did Gabby Carlton confess? Perfect. And a blue nightshade. The good thing for Wabbin is that he thinks blue nightshade is the one thing that will help him get the girl of his dreams. However, the real blue nightshade was in his heart. Do we not have blue nightshade? Oh, I thought we did. Do we not? Huh. Well, unfortunately, Wabbin, you're going to have to go single the rest of your life. Not on this tour today, buddy. Yeah, the real new Blue Nightshade was the friend he made along the way. It's true. Now, despite it being rainy, yeah, yeah, fuck you, Wabbin. Despite it being relatively rainy and not the best weather for skinny dipping, Link is always about it. And so he'll go in first with his pants and they'll take them off when he's in the water. You just can't really see it. But here he goes. Have a nice swim around. It's quite relaxing being in here. Link is not really one for relaxation. He always likes some kind of job to be done, and therefore he carries around his heavy goddamn shield and halberd with him wherever he goes. It's a nice one. He's going to do a quick lap of the heart. There we go. Thank you, Link, for that lovely presentation of swimming. We don't know what it is, so I'm glad you did that for us. You can put on your stuff now. Perfect. Hearty radish. If you'd like to take it home a hearty radish, it's all fine. The toughs say anything you find on this mountain is free reign to anyone and everyone, which only means us, actually.
Savotta.
Savotta. See, this is Perda, who is to be Wabbin's future wife, unless we do something about that. Of course we won't. We're nice tour guides here. Don't worry about it. Literal cardio. Yeah. Link loves himself in cardio. No. Here, unfortunately, us tour guides are on a strict path of no smooch. That is in our contracts actually. No smooch. We have signed a no smooching policy, which is quite sad. However, we will say goodbye to Lowland. It was a very nice whilst we were there. Hung on the beach, talked to Kilton for a bit, but we must continue our journey, and we will do so by going to the Uten Marsh, and then the Kaya Pond, and then the wetlands and the other pond. We won't go to a lot of marshes and ponds here. Some people don't like this area of the tour because it's, you know, full of icky, sticky mud and stuff. But sometimes, in order to feel true nature, you have to get down and dirty, you know. We need to find a bit of torch. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of small print on the tour contract. I'm surprised anyone can ever read it, really. Just legal mumbo jumbo and how you can't sue us, that kind of thing. Because trust me, we've been sued way too many times. Yeah, strict no smooching the locals policy. Yeah, you can smooch each other all you want, to be honest, but not the locals, I'm afraid. Here's a nice choo-choos. Right, so this is a marsh. Have you ever had a tourist die? Yes, we have a fatality rate of about 80% on these tours. which might seem bad, but I believe, considering what we do on this tour, quite good actually. Luckily, since what is it about getting possessed by the Ganadu? Don't worry about that. You know, some things are just there, just legal stuff. That's just more legal stuff. But yeah, no, lots of tourists have died on this tour. Luckily, a lot less have died since we've moved to virtual reality. However, there's still a bunch of stuff like, you know, bright lights, stabbing, that kind of thing, falling off cliffs. It's fine though. You should have all read it in the contract. It's in more of the fine print. It's fine. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I am I'm not allowed to say no, or that would be breaching my truth policy. But less is what I can say. Or fewer. It might be fewer actually. I don't know. I've got my degree in touring, not in English, I'm afraid. Now I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a flower on the floor that I've which is of course part of the tour. Catching flowers. It would be fewer, yeah, because people are accountable. Sure, okay, I thought so. I just always say less for some reason. There it is. I just thought you still had people. Yeah, yeah. Look, sometimes they can't handle the heat of these virtual tours. We try our best to simulate what you would be simulating if you were in real life, and therefore, when you signed this contract and you know you got your tour ticket, it did come with your very own sword. And some people just don't know how to wield them. That's all I'm gonna say. Not our fault. It came with a manual to how to wield a sword. Gave them everything. Anyway, if you see this Korok, this is the four-leaf clover Korok. Gives you good luck. That's what they say. And he is the spirit of this marsh. Yeah, yeah. They're spirits created by the goddess Hylia to reside over these lands. So whenever you see a Korok, or Little Blighter, as they're affectionately called every now and again, you can know that you're in safe hands, or safe sticks, I guess. Hey, a lizard. So we're going to be going off the path a bit at the minute, because... Oh, we're already at 3 hours. Whoops. Right, we're going to go ahead and quickly move over to some more villages and whatnot, because this tour is a lot slower than than it should be. Where are we going? Okay. Hatano Village is our next destination. What we'll do here is we'll go over these rocks and mountains and whatnot. Land here. Whoa! You see sparkly things here. These are called rocks. And you see some rocks you can hit, and they have goodies in them, as you've just seen there. There's a tip for life right there on this tour. Don't say we don't teach you anything around here. Those, quite frankly, everything around you right now is rock. It's just in case you don't know what rocks are. It's on a coverall basis, you know. That's something you can go home and tell your children. Rocks. Anyway, it's been raining for a lot. I'm very sorry, folks, that it's been quite terrible downpours of weather around here. But hello, lady. That's very strange that you're out here in the middle of nowhere. in these grasslands. It would be a shame if you were to be some kind of bandit or member of the Yiga clan. Ends in L, starts with L, ends in K. Leek? Much like a spinach, or whatever they're called. Oh, long vegetable. Yes, a spinach. It is a vegetable, isn't it? It's a leek. A leek is a vegetable. It is also a protein. That's something else you can tell your children. Bring it home to them. God, it's not the word you're looking for. Hmm. Is it Link? Meet again, Link. You see, the problem with the Yiga clan is that most of us would be fine if they were, most of us would be fine with them if because they have some good, did you say it's like mech kind of moves? I don't know if that was me or not. They have some good ideas with like, you know, no deforestation and what have you, but they're just really stupid. And unfortunately, we just can't deal with those kinds of people. That's the thing. We'd love to, we really would, but we just can't. Anyway, we're going to be coming over to Hateno Village, or Hatino, or Hateno, or those kinds of, you know, those kinds of people. And you see, Hateno Village is quite the strong spot for tourism, because this is actually a place where the goddess Hylia came in her physical form. She came down one time in physical form when this village was starving, you see. And they said, we have one fish and one bokoblin arm. What are we going to do for food? And Hylia said, don't you worry about it, buddy. And then conjured up 500 bokoblin arms instead. And the people of Hateno Village were like, thanks, but I don't particularly want to eat bokoblin arm. And then Hylia said, shut up. And then they ate bokoblin arms. And that's why they're so strong, at least to this day. This is Thad, not to be confused with a Chad. He is most certainly not. Just have a 4-pronged fork. Some people said they're like pitchforks. No, they're just called giant forks. And he's also wearing a straw bucket on his head. That's Thad for you. Like the outfits, we do too, and you can buy their outfits in cosplay form in the souvenir shop at the end of the tour. Kind of place be a village and a town? You see, that's a good question, Thad, and one that we will answer right now. No. There we go. Vegetables taste good. See, this is the sentence I was getting at, Thad. Vegetables taste good is true. Most importantly of all, spinach, spin. You know what I'm talking about. They taste great, especially with egg and rice and whatnot. Travelers tend to spend their money here. You see, Thad used to be a tour guide. We kicked him out for, you know, I don't know. He kept sniffing crayons, and we thought that was weird. Do they give workshop to tourists? They do give workshops to tourists, like tie-dye. They do indeed. We'll see about being in them as well. About taking a class. We'll have to see. Don't go near the place up the hill in the rear of the village. Thad, don't tell me what I can and cannot show on my tour. They do tie-dye. They do. You can touch cows. You can beat up a scarecrow. These are all the kind of workshops they give you here in Hateno. Locals here are relatively nice, as long as you don't mention mashed potatoes to them, in which case your head will be mashed into a potato. So don't mention that around them. Luckily, yeah, no one's around here, so it's fine. Workshop on how they touch a cow. Yeah, you see, a lot of people don't realise it's that complicated. But there's a lot of intricacies about cow touching and cow tipping. You see, Never approach a cow from its right side, for it will think it will think you're trying to flirt with it, and then you don't want a horny cow on your side, and it becomes a bull. Yeah, that's a quick cow bull joke for you there, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want a whore. Classic humor. Sorry, I need to get back into tour guide form. This is Link's house. I don't know why this is on the tour, but it's here. You can have a nice cup of tea, and look at this nothing on the wall. It's quite nice. Here's a picture of all his dead friends here. Don't bring it up to him. He doesn't like talking about it. And that's his house. I don't know if we'll have enough time to do a workshop. It's either we run out of time or I run out of voice in my throat. We'll have to see which one dies out first. But okay, is that an actual thing you do, tie-dye? Can you actually talk to someone here to do tie-dye? No, of course I would know, being oh, you can't you? Can't you talk to someone in the clothing place, can't you? Piece of colorful fabric, so yeah. Can't stay at Link's house and continue to talk tomorrow. We could. I think I might want to try to fit again tomorrow though. I did have quite a lot of time. Thank you. I'm gonna completely destroy this. Luel Git. There. Thank you anyway for the follow, and sorry for butchering your name. I appreciate it. We could continue to tour tomorrow. I don't know if my voice will be able to hold up for 2 tours in a row in 2 days. We might have to go just kill the Ganon just for the sake of me being able to speak. Yeah, you have a lifelong resident showing around. I'm already a lifelong resident who can show people around. But I don't know, we might be able to continue the tour for a bit and then do the last bit. Here is a clothing shop. If you'd like to buy any souvenirs here, you can. Such as knight's armor, which actually looks super cool. We might actually get this. It's very cool. Of course, as everyone knows, anything you buy here has an extra, tax on it due to the tour guides get a bit of your money. So all the prices you see here should have an extra, I don't know, up to like 1,000 extra rupees. Just a little something for the tour guides. You know, gotta keep us situated. Can you do tie-dye here? Hello.
Hi.
Hello. As you remember, you might right, Sophie. I'm a tour guide. See, Sophie here is quite the rainbow place. Oh, I see. Sophie likes the corner because as she was a child, she was constantly put in the naughty corner, and therefore it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Ah, yes, colorful gear does look like tie-dye. You're right. As everyone remembers, this is now. I can see your faces. This man is a genius. He might look, like he could murder you and your whole family and then do some other kind of unkindly acts to children. However, he's into tie-dye. Serendipity takes a selfie, yeah. Let's add some colour. We would love to add some colour. Love to dye. 20 rupees to dye an item. Perfect. We will do some tie-dye. Or holding a storm to, yeah, holding a red balloon. It's the Hatano tradition to dye a person's whole outfit from head to toe all at once, so don't you worry about it. We will choose a colour right now. Okay, we can't dye some of the clothes, that's fine. What colour? Looks nice. Should we have a horrible salmon pink to go with this blue as well? I kind of like that peach. Very bright, vibrant, isn't it? We go full blue. Hmm. What color do you think suits our assistant here? Maybe an edgy black, grey. I think I might go for the peach because that's gonna hurt my eyes. Very bright colors clashing. Looks perfect for you, Link. Oh, I see. Oh, that's very cool. I mean, I knew about this, of course. You pick a pink thing, and whatever. Yeah, it's true. True. Spat balls and spats. It's true. Perfect. Good old rock salt. Always doing the duty. Hold your breath. Whoa. Go, Link. Nice. Look at him. Doesn't he look like an abstract painting? Chromatic. Thank you. I do find this palatable. As palatable as eating a palate. It does look fabulous. It's true. Chromatic is a word for it, yeah. Perfect. Okay, we're going to quickly head up to the other place we need to show on this tour, which is, of course, well, we need to say hello to our guy Manny. How's it going, Manny? He's an absolute dude. He checks people around, make sure no shady business is going on. Bramble's back again. I don't know where Chu Min Fu is, but he's around. As a child, you know how they are. Kidding around. Always joking, always kidding, those children. Those kids. You see that windmill? That's significant. That's actually the hero of the wind right there, resides in that windmill. We don't get to talk to him because he refuses visitors, but hero of the wind lives there. That's why he's in a windmill. Only likes things with wind in them. Crazy dude, I'd say. Not particularly my kind of style. To your left, you see the place where we would be able to learn cow touching. You can see one over there. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time, so we'll just take a quick snapperoo. Hat and a cow. We'll get two in the background and a woman and a dog, just to hit all bases. Remember to be crossing out your bingo cards of the wildlife that we've seen so far. If anyone's got bingo, tell me. They can get their sweaty handshake as a reward. More children here. That guy's got a questionable haircut, but that we don't judge here on the tour. People with any kind of shape and size can come here and we'll show them everything there is to know about the world. This tour took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. I should have chimed in for a dumb exposition that I was going to do, because Jesus. Anyway, hello, this is the Ancient Tech Lab. You get to get ancient tech here, such as clocks and watches. Only things that tell the time. People who live here are Pura, and Simon. They are a group of people, a couple of people, and they own this tech lab. They also run the Science Society for the school downtown. So little kids come up here and they learn about science and how to make watches, that kind of thing. Pura here is a model actually as well. She loves having her picture taken, that kind of thing. We don't like saving them, we just like taking her picture, so it looks like that we're, living up to her expertise of trying to, she likes her picture taken, so we take a picture and then she poses and then we kind of go on our way. It's just so we can keep coming here, because it's actually quite restricted access, this tech lab. if you this small child, yes, this small child does teach science. You see, although Pura looks like a 5-year-old child and is a 5-year-old child, her mental age is that of a 5-year-old genius, and so um, some people tend. She likes to say that she's actually like 100, and she just had a failed experiment. That's obviously a lie. She is still a 5-year-old child. She just has the brain of a genius, and so we usually let her Nataron pretend that she's the sister of Impa, and we haven't gotten to Impa yet. And I don't think we need to quickly go over the Impa. But Impa is the leader of the Hyrule Mafia, and she is currently grooming the next leader of the Mafia, of the Hyrule Mafia, and she keeps the peace, you could say. And as Lady Hyrule loves to say, as long as you keep the peace, you're all right. When you see that, that was what we like to call a bike split. It's where you jump up high cliffs with your bike and you split your balls because of the impact you have on them. Anyway, we're gonna try and cow touching. We'll go and touch the cow. Touched. Okay, we're gonna continue the tour. Obviously, there's a good like four hour kind of thing that you need to do. Obviously, you saw that we approached from the left side of the cow, and we had a long pole, and we gently nudged it with the force of a kind of typhoon. Approach the right side. See, that's the thing you don't know here in Hyrule, is that actually right and left from where normal people come from is actually switched around in Hyrule, a bit like east and west. So when someone says it's west of this place, it's actually east from what you're used to, and the right side is actually the left side from what you're used to. So that is why it looked like I approached from the wrong side, but naturally it was purely correct. So we're going to try and head quickly over to Kakariko to see what's happening there, and then we'll head over to Hyrule Castle and look, if you're into cows. Look, I have a specific no smooching policy. That's not for people, that's not for cows, that's not for nothing. Okay? I would never purposely try and turn on a cow. That is that's a crime here in Hyrule, purposely touching cows for the sake of trying to get them horny. I'm just saying that. It's because back in the day we had a overpopulation of cows, and so you'd approach them from a right side to get them horny to turn them into a bull. But then now we have too many bulls, and so we need to always approach cows from the left side. Here's a fun fact about rocks. You can break them. Yeah, don't want to end up like the Registered So later. Yeah, no one talks to that guy anymore. Ty. Ugh. Amber. You see, amber is useful because I don't know if you've ever heard of Jurassic Park, but Jurassic Park originated in Hyrule. I don't know if you know this. We haven't seen any, and I don't think we'll see any in this tour, but there are large bone structures of things we like to call the Leviathan, and they used to roam the earth, and that was because we found their amber upwards of 100 years ago and recreated them in a kind of park kind of scenario. But wait a dilly darn second. Who are you? You're not Fuman. Or Tuman. Or what's his name? Anyway. We don't trust that guy. Whoever he is, he's shifty. What was I talking about? Ah, yes, Jurassic Park. Yeah, Leviathans who you haven't seen any skeletons of, but they used to be here. And they actually fought these Guardians here. It's a good segue because the Leviathans fought the Guardians and killed a bunch of them. And then now their souls are laid to rest here. In case you didn't know, Guardians, they are... I don't know if I talked about the Guardians' origin story, but they used to be frogs, and what happened was they were introduced to a strong kind of magnetized light from a tree, which coincided with the beams of, I don't know if you see any red beams, if you saw them, the ones that connect the Hyrule. When a beam of light through a tree hits a beam of light coming from a guardian, like a big guardian. Oh, I forgot what they're called. What are they called again? What are they called? Oh yeah, I forgot about them. The ancient beasts. I forgot what they're called. If an ancient beast shoots a red beam of light and it coincides with a beam of light from a tree and hits a frog, it turns into a guardian. And so what happened was, back in the olden days, about 198 years ago, a bunch of light hit trees and coincided with red beams, and then we got a whole lot of guardians. That's what I'm trying to say. Here's a cliff. They're cool. We're continuing on the path. Some of these origin stories might seem far-fetched or downright ridiculous, but I assure you everything on this tour is said with 100% truth. There's a person there. His name is Buggert, and he used to be a bug when he was younger, and then grew up into a human because he believed hard enough. Because if you believe hard enough, anything is possible. Just another tidbit. You can take that home to your kids. Remind them of that. And we are about to reach our final destination before we hit the Hyrule Castle, because we're gonna run out of time and my throat's gonna die. Here's Kakariko Village. Whoa, look at it. You see, Kakariko Village is the home of the Mafia. What the Mafia does is it transports lots of commodities such as drugs around the world to help in medicine and that kind of thing, but they also seek to keep the peace so long as they have ultimate control as kind of dictators of the world. And we're going to meet with the leader of the Mafia. She doesn't have that much time on her hands, so it's quite an honor that we're able to speak with her. But her name is Impa, and she's the master of losing frames, apparently. You know how it is. Have we been here yet? I don't think we have. Hello, this is Kado.
Oh,
He keeps cuckoos. So that's a thing he does, and he trains them so he can have cuckoo fights, which people bet on, because everyone loves betting here. Notice they all have white hair. Is it a genetic defect? It isn't actually. It is a sign that they're in the Mafia. When you are indoctrinated into the Mafia, you have to dye your hair white and bleach it. Some Mafias have tattoos. These people have very harshly white dyed hair to signal they're in the Mafia. Because unlike some people, these people like other people to know that they're in the Mafia. You know, it's power, that kind of thing. Here is the Mafia leader. Will they be mad if you take pictures? They will be mad if you take pictures, I'm afraid. And we've had many people die here. That's one of the reasons why we have a very high fatality rate. It's because of taking pictures. But here is the Grandmaster. Yeah, quietly put the camera away. Here's the Grandmaster, the Don, they say, of the Mafia, Impa, Her Majesty Lady Impa. And we can talk to her. When you talk to her, you stand up, but anything else, you have to crouch and kneel in front of her. And she says it seems she visited all of the locations. That means that Link had done his job of planting bombs in the locations that she's, told about to, hits, as you say. People like the Yiga clan trying to, gain territory back from the Hyrule Mafia, but Impa does not let it happen, and therefore we have to visit all of the locations, put down the bombs, blow people up, that kind of thing. A 100 years ago, you and the princess. So she's talking about Princess Zelda here. I don't know if you heard her voice before with the Blood Moon. She does voiceover work for us before. Link is 119. I don't know if you guys know this. He's just quite old. He doesn't look it. He uses Botox. He and the princess also 119. She too uses Botox. They were quite close. Some say they were knocking boots, dropping beats, as the kids say. But this is in fact not true. They're actually the same person. You've never seen Link and Zelda in the same place. You just assume they were together, which is why people think they're quite close. They're actually the same person. That's why Link doesn't talk, but Zelda talks, because he has to try, or they try to differentiate themselves. It's because Link has a split personality disorder. Link likes to cross. Yes, likes to cross dress. He likes to do a lot of things that some would frown upon, but we don't mind here at the Lobster Hyrule Touring Company. We don't mind it at all. Of course, you're talking about Ganon. The dude who's put everything into Calamity. Some people will say it's better, actually. Some say it's a nicer place. As you can see, Link said, Impa said Link and then the princess, because of course Link and the princess are the same, so he's actually Link the princess. That's his full title. That's why she said it like that. Highland Stable princess. She's gone a bit weird in her old age. If you see this right here, this is called a Mafia Diary. It will talk about all of the hits they've done, all the people they've killed. We won't read that because otherwise get into a bit of trouble. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You think she's such a sweet old lady, and then boom, drug lord out of nowhere, kingpin. This is also a place that Link likes to visit on the tour. Is this shop in particular, because you see this lady right here. She's practically gagging for him. Also take those 2 arrows. It's always the quiet ones, yeah. So, Roller here, basically, her and Link has some kind of connection. We don't really know what goes on, but he spends quite a lot of time in here, is what I'm saying. He says he's just shooting bows. We don't know if that's a euphemism. God, we don't know if it's being inappropriate or not. Who knows? I don't know if you can hear the strain slightly on my voice. It's fine. Right. Unfortunately, there's the last village we must face on the tour. However, we will make our way over to Hyrule Castle, where we will finish the tour. This has been a quick tour, due to the fact that because of Calamity Ganon, COVID restrictions, virtual tours, that kind of thing, we are unable to show the rest of the world. You just have to wait until you yourself are able to come back in to see the world for what it really is. It's a real shame. We here at the Lobster Hyrule Touring Company hope that in the near future people will be able to come back here, mostly because we get more money for it, but also because we don't get to show as much of our tours. Right, so we're going to take some would say that it's an unorthodox way of getting to the castle, but it's actually the safest route, jumping off the cliffs and paragliding across. Now I don't know if I should have said that you should have brought a paraglide with you, but if you haven't, you would have died already. So let's hope you're still with us. Here's a house owned by Lady Margaret. She likes wells. Go to her if you want anything to do with your well-being. This is a swamp. Shrek lives here, but also Lizalfos, so be careful of them. Luckily, we can give them a couple of love taps, and they usually leave us alone. The motorcycle is out of fuel. We forgot to fuel it up beforehand. I should have done that. It's my bad, but that's fine. Anyone have any questions on the way over to the Hyrule Castle about anything you've seen so far in the tour? Anything you wish to see on the next tour, that kind of thing? I'm sure we'll be able to take your we'll take all of your impressions, all of your ideas, and we will very promptly put them in the bin. But it's nice for you to voice them, so if you would like to, I'm sure you can. trees here, as everyone knows, um, trees are needed in society. They hold the sky up. They hold the sky up. Without trees, the sky would fall on us and we'd all die. Speaking of dying, there are people who need to be saved, and like always, the touring company are here. Perfect. What's that giant horse head? Oh, well. That giant horse head is indeed the head of a giant horse. They call them large horses, but what happens is some horses mutate. It's just a general thing that happens. And when they do mutate, they gain like 10 times the size of regular horses, and then they start becoming feral. And so we send out tour guides, such as Link and myself, to kill them. And then what happens is when you chop off their head, a circus tent forms below them, and then people can use them as spots. Someone who you haven't met yet, who is very important to the overall well-being of Hyrule, is Cass. Cass plays the accordion. He's the only one who does, because who plays the accordion? He plays songs. By songs, I mean he plays one song. He keeps on talking about his teacher who died some time ago, and he won't shut up about them. Or she. I don't know what Cass is. Cass could be a them. I don't know what they are. There's more people to be helped. So the thing is, people always need help in Hyrule, and sometimes we give it to them, sometimes we don't. Right now, we are, because we're nice, but sometimes we're not very nice, that's the thing. Hello, lady. Yep. Mighty soul-crowed fish. You see, the only reason why we ever help these people is because they give us food, and without food we die, so... We don't get enough money from tour guiding to get food. Well, here it is, Hyrule Castle. It's quite the specimen, you could say. Quite the structure, quite the mental fortitude of the heart of Hyrule. As I've said before, the beams, the red beams coming from the divine beasts, they feed Hyrule Castle nutrients, because Hyrule Castle is alive, and if you don't feed it nutrients it dies, and if Hyrule Castle collapses then so does the rest of the world. So as does the beams. That's just already made 7,000 gold off my knight's armor. No, charlatan. I have no idea what you mean. We run a respectable touring company here. Photography is allowed in the castle, at your own risk, as is entering the castle at your own risk. But we will try to see if we can get a glimpse in here. You see, if you saw the Guardians before, they were dead. These ones, not so much, and they will try and kill you. This is... Oh. This is where the game freezes for a second, I guess. But this is usually where most of our, fatality rates come from. Just brazenly running into Hyrule Castle and people not being able to catch up. So I hope you're still here with us, looking at Hyrule Castle in all its glory. We're going to be going through the main gates here, because I didn't do this before. And a 1, 2, 3. What's up, bitches? I need to open up the door. Just give us the bike's in the way. It's fine. We're just gonna. If you could just move the. If you could just. There we go. Welcome to Hyrule Castle, everybody. Look at it. Crazy. There's a lot of evil here. They will try and shoot you. We are going to ignore them though, because we are faster. We are better, quite frankly. Oh, game, are you alright? Okay. I don't know why the game is dying. Well, we are on Ganonku. That's a bad thing. You see, this is why we leave this place to the last bit of the tour, because more than everyone, I'd say we've had one person survive. That is Hyrule Castle. Most of the people, the reason why our fatality rate, sorry, is 80% and not 100 is because some people refuse to go to Hyrule Castle, which is definitely they're provocative, because this place, to many people, sucks. Not to us though. To a skilled tour guide, such as myself, such as Link, we can usually traverse Hyrule Castle within the blink of an eye and dodge any and all beams of death towards us. This is a Colosseum where they fight lions. There it goes. A gatehouse, some would say, but we call it a Colosseum. Small Colosseum. It's also, it just froze again. This is quite scary. You'll get a more in-depth tour of this place without the tour guiding us tomorrow. However, we're going to do a quick run through just so you guys know the area. People just refuse to stay in the rubbed area. Exactly, filthy tourists. We're not going to say anything about the fact that we're the people who bring the tourists here in the first place, but you know. Oh, the motorcycle is out of fuel. That was could have been bad actually if it was any closer to the. Closer to a guardian. That's fine. There, good old fuel back again. So eventually we'll get to the height of Hyrule Castle, so you'll be able to see in its full glory. That's water. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. So now that we're at the end-ish of the tour, I hope everyone has had a good time. They've seen sights, they've taken pictures, they haven't died, and they will choose Lobster Hyrule, whatever I called it, tours once again. Hopefully next time we'll be able to see more of the world. You'll get more lore around the place, that kind of thing. And once again, do apologise for not being able to see as much of this place as you'd like. But you know how it is, time constraints, that kind of thing. Voice constraints, that kind of thing. But, and game freezing, that kind of thing. God, I don't know why it's so sad. Where are we right now? Quite close. Nothing. Hey, stairs. Of course, Hyrule Castle is the home of Keanu Reeves, as everyone remembers. Keanu Reeves, of course, the famous warrior fighting Colosseums. We already got it. Oh, well, everyone, we will end the tour with a fight. Apparently, we're going to be fighting this guy, and this guy, everybody. This guy's called Kyle. And it's almost worked out perfectly that we end the tour with Kyle. For Kyle is the soul, you could say, the soul of our tours. The one thing that keeps us coming back to this kind of place. He's the guy who keeps us going, because the more times we see Kyle means the more times we can kill Kyle. And every time we kill Kyle, we feel much better about ourselves. That is the way of the land. And so what we'll do here is going to change into something that could potentially scare Kyle. If you see that kind of purplish paint on Link's belly, that is symbolic of I don't know. It's symbolic of poison, for we are the poison that shall kill Kyle. And Kyle here, he has the same kind of moves, you know. He does a couple swings, he does a couple bits of running. He thinks he's a cool guy. But really, all he really is a sad man. And what we forgetting to do is take a picture. What happens is we always like taking pictures of Kyle. He likes. Oh God. We can't really take a picture. He normally lets us take a picture for a second, but it takes us a while to really get him in the. There we go. That's a nice one. I do like this left one, but his right one's quite good as well. Link just the most blank stare he's ever seen as Kyle's chasing him down. Perfect. Ah. Okay. Kyle, you can do any other move other than just slashing? Thing is, Kyle, I don't know why. Maybe he's shy tourist, yeah. Yeah, you might want to sit in the upper balcony. He will kill you, I must say, Kyle. He's that kind of dude. It's quite sad, actually, that they've confined Kyle to this kind of compartment, because, oh, God. Usually, he likes to run around. Ah, there he goes. It's a shame, because we like seeing Kyle. He's a nice guy, deep down. He just doesn't shut up. That's the problem. And if there's anything I know is that I know when to shut up. So realistically, yeah, he vanished in the puff of smoke. Yeah. Well, as everyone here is a paid actor, none of this tour was real. I don't know if I should tell you this now or afterwards. But they have paid him well. Paid him very well, actually. He gets paid more than I do, despite being only here for like 10 seconds of the tour. Right, let's get up. Let's stop beating around the bush here. Get up to the true place we're here. Is it 2 guys in costume? No. See, that's the thing. People think that Kyle is 2 people in costume, but it's actually 4. It's actually 4 people in the costume. Had to pull about the tour a little bit early. That's fine. Thank you very much for being part of the tour. You can collect your complimentary goodie bag at the end and get your souvenirs and that kind of thing. We thank you for being a part of the tour, and we hope to see you next time. And yeah, please stay safe while you exit the castle. Okay. We're gonna do a cool thing that Link likes to do, which is swim up waterfalls. That's a thing he does. Is this the castle? It is. Perfect. And I don't know if you can see, but
is now ready to roll.
just inside there is the one and only Hyrule Castle, where we will be facing a horrible boy in usual fashion. However, why don't we get a nice picture here as your final picture of the tour? There we go. Looks pretty nice. Perfect. A group fee. Hello, Oreo Gamer. You come just in time for the end of the stream. I've toured my lungs out. I've toured my throat out. This is the end of the tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry. You might be able to watch the VOD back. I did not think it would have such a adverse effect on my throat today. My God. That was wonderful, good. I should have paced it slightly better. I'm sorry the tour didn't. Origo, please stop donating money. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it a lot, but man, I hope the other people you donated to, they very much appreciated it and everything. I appreciate your money and your support. I know I do. I appreciate everyone's support. Whether or not they give or they just sit and talk. But yeah. Last one banned you. It's quite the it's quite the crazy thing. Sims no to Clink's hat. Oh, so yeah, tomorrow, same time as usual, we'll be finishing off fighting Ganon. I can't believe we're doing it. We will definitely come back to this game. I don't know when, but we still have more of the world to tour, more of the things to do, more side quests to do, that kind of thing. Tomorrow, we will be fighting Ganon at well, I know we start the stream at 4 p.m. British time, so I don't know what time it is for everyone else. It'll be around 4ish we'll start, but I normally actually start playing the game at about like 20 past because I just kind of faff around doing nothing to give people time to get on and that kind of thing. But yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed the tour. I know I did. Making up dumb things on the spot is a nice fun pastime of mine. And yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for watching, everyone for chatting, everyone for being here. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, I hope everyone takes care, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys next time. Thank you very much for the finale next tomorrow, man. See you later. Bye. Thanks.